Hello, everyone. Holy heck, music's really loud. How you guys doing today? How you doing tonight, Zed? It's just you and me tonight, Zed. How you doing? You burned up your fried chicken? It's crazy. We're gonna play. What's up, Akari? What's up, Akari? We're gonna play more Paranomasight. I didn't see you! I didn't see you. I'm gonna play more Paranomasight. You guys want to recap of what happened last time if you missed it? So this game, you know that anime Mirai Nikki? It's kind of like that. So our friend died, Yoko, and now we're trying to bring her back to life by like killing a bunch of people. Bloodborne people. Oh, scary. Yes. So yeah, are you ready to play this game? Your reaction to what you cooked? Did you eat it anyways? That's good. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's play, huh? Let's play. It's playtime. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, so this is when... So this allows us to go back in time. And this is like a turning point before she dies. So let's check here. Let's restart this. That's me when I want to scream my lungs out because you said you and Zed are here. I didn't see you, man. I eat it anyway because it'll be a waste to throw it out. It's my creation. That's good. Oh, she's alive! We went back in time. Let's recall. I've gotten most of my memory back, but I still feel a bit out of it. She's alive! What's behind me, huh? Okay, let's talk to her. I don't know how she's so comfortable talking about spirits and the paranormal at this time of night. Either she's got guts or she's just used to it. Unless, no, it can't be. Let's talk. Wait. You're kidding, right? About what? I mean, just now. It kind of sounded like you were saying that only people with spirit sense can see you. Of course that was a joke. Duh. You don't really think I'm some kind of evil spirit, do you? But yeah. I mean, what I said about your spirit sense being strong, I bet you could down a whole gimlet in one gulp. Seriously. That's the real reason I asked you to help me with this 7 mysteries of Honjo business. Okay, let me just clarify something. Are you saying you can actually see paranormal stuff? Sure, I could handle a solid Moscow Mule. Why are you measuring this in terms of cocktails? Not a believer, huh? Well, that's no matter. But you have to have seen some weird stuff over the years, right? Weird stuff? Yeah, like things you could see but could never understand. You can't be serious. You're weird. You're a weirdo. What a weirdo. What a weirdo. Let's talk again. I already know most of this stuff. Let's talk some more then. I've seen ghost photos in magazines before, but are you telling me they really exist? You bet they do, but you can only recognize them if you really believe in them, so be careful. So even with my skill, I won't be able to see them if I doubt that they exist. That's right. The spirit world is all about the mind and soul. You won't be able to see a thing unless you're properly in tune. I already read this stuff. Yep, just like drinking, you'll never know how much booze you could drink unless you're ready to down some shots. I'm still not sure I get the drinking thing. You know, I realized how strange it was as the words left my mouth. Sheesh. Sheesh. If you can't believe that, there might be hope for you yet. You can't be serious. So it's 1 a.m. and she's about to die. About alcohol. Totally unrelated, but do you actually drink real alcohol, I mean? We already went through all this dialogue already. Nothing new here. I just remembered. I actually did some research on the 7 mysteries of Honjo at the library. You did? What did you find? Well, I discovered a few interesting things. Oh, tell me everything. Are these really ghost stories? So I read some of the stories and none of them were really scary. I thought these were supposed to be ghost stories. That's true. They're more like a collection of superstitions, really. But there are some pretty disturbing ones in the mix. Yeah, like the one that's supposed to take place here. The Whispering Canal. People who fished in the canal would hear a voice saying, "Leave it!" They had to abandon their catch or the canal would take it. Right. Is that what you're expecting to find here in this park? Not quite. We're talking about a folktale from hundreds of years ago. After centuries of the telephone game, who knows if there's anything like the original story? So basically, you think the true story of the Whispering Canal might be completely different from what we know? Exactly, I'm sure it is. I mean, weren't you curious? About what? People from around here have the expression "left the canal," right? Meaning to abandon someone. This story is where it comes from. I already know this. Okay. Not gonna read everything. Some new stuff. Have you tried fishing IRL, Rocky? I tried it, but never catch anything. I have fun fact, I've never tried fishing IRL. Never. But someone invited me to. I might try it. But by the way, were you talking about the RITE or Resurrection? Let me drink some water. Ooh, your memory is as strong as your tolerance. We already read this. We need to get to the point where she points it behind us. She dies. Oh. Hang on, I got another question. You mentioned the RITE of Resurrection. Are you looking for that too? Oh yeah, she's looking for her Ogopogo. Why are you looking for the RITE? She's looking to bring her dog back. Remember? She wanted to bring her dog back to life. Okay. Okay. She keeps talking about it. We already read this. I just gotta do it with 7 mysteries. Yeah, we already read this. Oh! Oh, this is the part that we need to watch out for. What the hell? It feels like the air just changed. Think. What was that just now? Okay, when we look at her, she's scared as heck. Something's got Yoko really rattled. Okay, this is the part where she dies. If we turn around, she's gonna die. Okay, we gotta be careful here. Yoko, are you okay? What's wrong? Stay with me. No, this can't be. No. What's wrong with you? I feel eyes on my back. I can't move. Is something behind me? Something behind me? Okay. The moment I turn around, she's gonna die. Must be something I could do. Let's talk to her again. Yoko! It's no use. Keep yelling her name. Huh? What? Is calling her name really going to help? I'm already yelling as hard as I can. Shouldn't I look for what's causing this? There's nothing there. Yoko, hang in there. Yoko, look at me. You're going to be okay. Oh, so this is different. It's alright. There's nothing there. And I died. I died instead. Also, if I didn't do that, I would have died instead. Okay, wait. I didn't die? Did she die? Wait, what happened? Huh? Oh good, you're awake. What? But she didn't die. We saved Yoko. Hey! Are you okay? You were so rattled and confused. I thought you'd really lost it. Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are your humors off balance? Wait, Wait, what did you say? I think I've heard that before. That's what she said in the beginning. You're the one who said it earlier. Oh, right. That might have been it. My humors were off balance. What? Back there? You ended up like that because of your humors? Yeah. I've heard at this age your humors being even a little bit off can be fatal. She's so weird though, Shogo. You gotta leave her. I'm glad you're back to normal now. I'm glad you're back to normal. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble. But I really don't remember what happened. Sounds like what happened to me. Maybe this place is dangerous somehow? Let's leave this place, huh? What? Are you backing out? Yeah, it doesn't feel safe to me. I'm worried about you. Let's call off today's investigation. Come on. I just started feeling back to normal too. Nope, not happening. Go home. I'll even pay for your cab fare, okay? Okay, go home. I ended up having to force a still protesting Yoko into a taxi. Even then, she still wouldn't stop complaining. So to placate her, I promised I'd search the park on my own for a little while longer. Do at least she's alive now, okay? In the other timeline, she died. See, we didn't go through this stuff. She died in the other timeline. Worried about Yoko after her bizarre incident, Shogo decides to call off their investigation into the mysteries for the night. Despite her stubborn objection, he manages to persuade her by offering to continue the research on his own. Okay, let's do the search. We didn't pick up the freaking thing yet, the death note yet. Kinshibori part. In further news. Oh, I died! Wait, what the heck? Before dawn today, a police officer on patrol discovered a man collapsed in a Sumida City park. What the heck? He died. The man was taken into the hospital, but his death was confirmed shortly after. Investigations are still underway, but police suspect a connection with the other unexplained deaths found in the area around the same time. They killed me! They killed him. They killed him anyways. Well. Dead! We died! Ending! Ending one! It's over! That's it? It's over. That's all it is. I hope you enjoyed that seed. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Come on, man. So we can't save her like that. There has to be another way or else we're gonna die. Was there a way to skip this? Well done on your efforts thus far. This brings Shogo Okiie's story to a close. But this is not the end. Far from it. In fact, this is where the story finally begins. The roots of the three protagonists have now been unlocked. Hey, we could be the hot waifu lady. Harue Shigima, a woman who lost her son when she was kidnapped and murdered. Well, when he was kidnapped and murdered. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, the chief inspector of the 1st Investigative Division, who is looking into the death of an officer in the line of duty. Yako Sakazaki, a high school girl who wants to bring her friend back from the dead. A girl who died in a suspicious suicide. Each of them is burdened with circumstances that leave them no choice but to seek the rites of resurrection. Following these three storylines will reveal the full nature of all that is occurring. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale. Oh, now the game really started. Well, we can't continue this guy anymore. He is dead. But when he died, these guys are alive again. Which is good. Okay, let's figure this out. Who should we go first? I want to be the detective. Let's be the detective. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, Chief Inspector of the Metropolitan Police Department, First Investigative Division, is investigating the mysterious death of a fellow officer. He visits the scene of the incident, the former Yasuda Gardens, with his subordinate Jun Erio. We're gonna be cops! Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Former Yasuda Garden. This is where we fought the lady. Hey, boss. Forensics is all done. The crime scene is clean. The other officers have all gone home. It's just us now. The park should be able to open back up tomorrow, like nothing ever happened. I doubt I'll get many visitors after everything that's happened. You'd be surprised. Lots of people love that kind of thing. I bet they'll be lining up to get in. Occult stuff is really popular right now. Did you not know that, boss? Sounds stupid. Well, it's not exactly rooted in science, but if ghosts really did exist, we could just ask them who the perp is. Somehow I doubt it'll be that simple. But you know, I've heard that high school girls are really into this spirit board thing these days. Supposedly, you could call on spirits and talk to them by using a board with letters on it. Wouldn't that be something? You could try it out yourself if you're so interested. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Let's give it a go sometimes, boss. What now? Stop messing around. You really think we're gonna solve this case by moving a coin across a scrap of paper? Sounds like you know all about it. We've gotta be open-minded. What if that's how police work is gonna be from now on? Don't make me laugh. Yeah, we got a spirit board thing. Got a new one. Spirit board. Spirit board. Due to an occult craze, divination has become popular among young boys and girls. All one needs is a coin and a piece of paper with letters and numbers written on it. You do this at school, Zed? This is what you do in school. Listen up, Ariel. You can't go blaming the death of your buddy on something like the occult. I don't care if it was ghosts or the occult or what. Whoever or whatever it was that did this, I'll get him. I promise you that. You really think I want to know what you really want to know what I do in school? Well, you've got the right attitude. We don't even know if this is a murder yet. Biases weaken our judgment. Get too fixated on one thing and you stop seeing everything else. Aye aye, boss. So, now that we've finished investigating the scene, let's interview what we know. How? It's getting late. I figured we head straight home from here. Come on. We've got to go over all the info we've gathered. And what better place to do that than here at the scene of the crime, where we can soak up the atmosphere. Soak up the atmosphere? What the hell is there to soak up? You must be really into this occult stuff if you get off on being in a place like this. Wait, you mean being somewhere like this doesn't get your blood pumping? No way! No. Don't turn this around on me. I'm not the weird one here. Psst. Fine. Let's get this over with. Aye, boss. Okay. I've got a bad feeling in this case, and my gut is rarely wrong. I knew this would be a treacherous case from the moment we were dragged into it. Junario, a detective in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, First Investigative Division. His rank is sergeant. This is his first time leading the case. It's like he's graduated from rookie to newbie. He looks put together on the outside. Acts like a kid most of the time. Honestly, the force could use more people like him. The former Yasuda Gardens here in Yokohama Ichishome were originally built as part of the daimyo's estate back in the Edo period. Back when I was still studying, I joined a gang fight because they're fighting in my way, so I decided, you're a rebel. You're a gangster. Gangsta Zed. The park became city property a number of years ago and underwent extensive renovations. There's not a soul around this time of night. Quiet doesn't even begin to describe it. Spooky, scary skeletons. Spooky, scary skeletons. About the case. So, early in the morning yesterday, a staff member found the victim collapsed here in the park and called the police when they realized he was dead. While there were no obvious external wounds, the fact that he was a police officer and the evidence of struggle means it's likely that this was a murder. But I win though. Just got a trip to a station. Oh, you bad boy, Zed. Assuming the office sent it over to us since it involved the death of an officer, and we were tasked with the investigation. What we need to do is figure out what happened and whether there was foul play involved. I think that about sums things up. About the victim. The victim is Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division of the Sumida City Community Safety Bureau. 27 years old, single. He mostly dealt with cases involving juveniles and education. His rank was senior police officer. You knew him well, didn't you? What was he like? Yes, we were in the academy together. We still went out for drinks together every month or two. He could be a little rowdy, but he was like a big brother to us all. He was kind and cared about his friends. For better or worse, he wasn't the uptight type of cop. The man always showed sympathy, and I heard he was popular with the locals for it. He treated each and every troubled kid he met with compassion. He had a great track record when it came to rehabilitation. Sounds like we lost a good one. Ah, we did. We truly did. I knew being a cop was dangerous. I knew something like this could happen, but it's never easy when it happens for real. I know the feeling. He didn't seem to care much about climbing the ranks, but he was at the top of our class. Only problem was that he took on so much. He had the most unfinished paperwork too. I always felt we'd need an unusual guy like him to help us solve all our unusual cases. It's this guy. Community safety officer. This is the guy who died. Primary response. Juvenile and education. So he's in charge of like delinquents or something? So it's June's friend. He used to be a gang member, but he turned himself around. He was a good guy. He left behind a fiance whom he had been dating since high school. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. Don't worry. You're plenty unusual yourself. Me? I was the most normal of my classmates. Besides, the real weirdo among us quit the academy a long time ago. There was one even weirder than you. Cause of death. Cause of death. As for the cause of death, we won't know until the autopsy is done. From what I've seen though, let's admit it, high school love usually don't work. From what I've seen though, it appeared to be some kind of acute heart failure. He got struck by a death note. It's a death note if I've ever seen one. But since he had no record of chronic illness and had no visible wounds, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved. Dying in the middle of a park. It certainly seems suspicious. Hey Freya, how you doing? Were you here when we last played this? We found signs of a struggle at the scene, as well as footprints belonging to an unidentified individual. We've got people trying to identify those prints. If we could find who they belong to, we might be able to figure this whole thing out. Thank you for the redeem. Oh yeah, psychopath protagonist. Well, we went back in time and we saved the girl, but that protagonist guy died, and now we're playing as. Hold on. I don't know why the YouTube turned on all of a sudden. Now we're playing as the detective and his sidekick. He's learning from you. Yes, wouldn't that be nice if that were the end of it? The only things Hajime had on him were his badge and his wallet in his pockets. So, we can rule out a mugging. Though there probably aren't many people who would think to try mugging a cop as big as him. We've also heard that Hajime got into a fair few fights in his younger days. He started judo once he became an officer and rose up the ranks quickly. Sounds like the perp would have to been pretty strong to take on Hajime. Look around you if there's any weirdos. Any weirdos around. Okay. So, now we're investigating the death of our police mates. Okay, how about Tutsumi? But either way, I'm so glad you're back in the first division, boss. I've always admired your work. You were like a god to me. You were the whole reason I became a detective in the first place. Yeah. People have been saying that ever since you first entered the academy, but Yes, that's because it's true. I couldn't believe you got transferred out of the first, just as I was assigned to it. So getting to work a case like this now, just the two of us, is a dream come true. Happy as I am to hear that. Well, how should I put it? What is it? If that's true, I'm not sure you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect. Yeah, Ario's pretty sus. Huh? But I do respect you. Don't tell me you're going senile, boss. That's exactly what I'm talking about. When you run your mouth like that. It's getting late. You must be sleepy, Grandpa. Don't worry, boss. I'll make sure we get out of here soon. Yeah. The occult. Let's talk about the occult. So, all this occult stuff? Have you heard about it, boss? What are you talking about? This rite of resurrection thing that everyone's talking about. No, not you too. I've been hearing about that shit everywhere. Oh, you have? That's surprising. Who cares what people are talking about? It's got nothing to do with our job. But don't you think the occult stuff with this case feels, I don't know, realer somehow? The whole thing started right here in Honjo, in Sumida City. So I thought that maybe, cut it out. Nothing good could come of getting involved with that rite of whatever a record of fates. Sounds like you know all about it. Boss, are you secretly into the occult? Stop that. Seriously, this isn't a joke. I get why you'd be intrigued by something called the Rite of Resurrection after a buddy of yours died, but bringing the dead back to life, that's the stuff of fantasy. It's not real. So don't go hoping for miracles. Got it? So we got a lot more things to talk about. Is there anything else here? Nothing else here? It's a lot of talking. Pond! This pond. They say it used to flow into the Sumida River. But the river became so polluted that they cut it off. Okay, let's talk some more about the case. But, boss? Yeah? Is this case really important enough to assign to someone from the investigation division? I mean, a friend of mine died, so it's important to me, but it's all up to the higher ups. I'm sure they got their reasons. Boss, you know something, don't you? It'll all become clear. It'll all become clear in time. Try not to worry about it too much. Thinking about it, the only thing we know for sure is the identity of the victim. That means there must be something special about it, right? Maybe he knew something he wasn't supposed to. Some kind of secret or something. Isn't that right? You're pretty sharp sometimes, you know that? If you picked up on that, you should be able to put the rest together yourself. Well, our duty to get to the bottom of it's our duty to get to the bottom of a suspicious death, especially one involving an officer. Not the victim. Hajime was quite the bad boy in school, apparently. He ended up with the police a lot. He said the officer in charge was good to him, helped him get back on track. The reason he wanted to become a cop was to pay his kindness forward. Said it was the first time he ever took his studies seriously. That's a good story. Love that guy. Makes me want to have a drink in his honor. Please don't make fun of my dead friend. Hey, I said in his honor. You should aspire to become that kind of cop people miss when they die in the field. You say that it's like a sure thing I'll die. Besides, if I end up biting it, I'm sure you'll be the one who misses me the most, boss. Eh. Come on, don't be like that. You'll hurt my morale. Well, I guess how much I'll miss you depends on how this investigation goes. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I can already see it. Ariel, no! What? Why'd you have to go and get yourself killed? No idea what's going on in that head of yours. Yeah. Oh, that'll be a sight to see. I can't wait. Sure. You can't wait for your own death? Get it together. Sheesh. You really are something. Thank you. When do we stop talking? What about the victim's family? The Yoshimi family is from the Kitasenju. It's from Kitasenju in Adachi City, but Hajime's parents died a long time ago. He lived there all alone. No siblings or anything. I went to his house a few times for drinks. I was surprised. It's this huge, old-looking place. Like, you know, the kind of place that seems super haunted. He lived there alone? It looked like the home of an old noble family. It was hard to imagine him being such a delinquent, living in a house like that. There's that bias I was talking about. If he's from an old family, I'm sure things were common. That's a bias too. He never talked about any of that, even when we were drunk, so I don't know much about it. Oh, one more thing. Yeah? Hajime was engaged. He'd been seeing his fiancée ever since they were in school. Over 10 years. They just started talking about getting married. What was her name again? She showed me a picture once. She was a beautiful woman. It's terrible for her. But she may know if there's been anything going on with her. We should speak to her. Ariel when he's being sharp. The lips. Yeah, his fiancée may have been his only confidant. I'm sure someone at the Sumida Police Department has already contacted her. I'll look into it tomorrow. Hey boss. I looked into the case that Hajime was running. Oh, great. That's the kind of stuff I want to know. What was Hajime working on the day he died? Well, according to his report from the day before, he had 2 cases involving juveniles. The first was the suicide of a high school girl who jumped off a building in Kamizawa last week. Yeah, I did hear about that. Oh gosh. The girl's name was Michio Shiraishi. She was a second-year student at Komagata High School. But it seems as though Hajime had contact with her even before this incident. So, she's been troubled for some time. that's the thing. About a month ago, she happened to see her... about a month ago, he happened to see her walking around town. She looked upset, so he struck up a conversation with her. He was sure there was something bothering her, but she wouldn't tell him what. Must have been trouble at home. That's what he thought too. It seemed he visited her home and spoke to her parents, but they said there was no problem, so there was nothing else he could do. And now she's dead. Then it's possible he could have prevented her suicide then. He must have been devastated. And that's why he was looking into this Michiyo Shiraishi again. He must have thought that something terrible had happened that drove her to end her life. But ultimately, he never reported the findings of his investigation. I see. And you're thinking that it may have had something to do with his death. We'll have to find out what it is. Hajime discovered. Right. Let's check with the Sumida Police Department about that tomorrow too. Is there more about the victim? And what was that other case he was working? This other one is also related to a Komagata High student. A troublemaker named Hitomi Okuda. She seems to be the leader of a group of kids who get up to no good. Oh, she's a delinquent. She even got delinquent hair. Juvenile delinquency. Fun. She was pretty bad for a while. Multiple charges of destruction of property, assault, and battery, you name it. Hajime had been working with her for about 6 months. 6 months, and she finally started to open up. Then, he met with a girl the day he died. Well, every school's got its problems. But I'm sure he'd be worried about how she'd get on without him. Right. When she'd finally found an adult she could trust, she might act out without someone to help her get through this. We have to make sure that Sumida Community Safety Bureau does their job. But, we can't rule out the possibility that meeting with this delinquent girl has something to do with his death. Then we have to interview her too. Ah, yes, that's right. She may have been the last person to see him alive after all. I'll ask Sumida to introduce us tomorrow. Though, who knows if they'll actually let us talk to her. That's what we hired you for. Lay a little boyish charm on them if they need convincing. Oh yeah. I'm sure they prefer me over a scary looking old man like you, boss. Watch, I'm still your supervisor. You ought to act like you respect me at least. I thought I was. You were? Shit. Is that just how your generation speaks? You really are a new breed. Probably just me actually. Well, don't think you could get away with that with other people. So anyway, boss, were you even listening? We've got quite a bit to look into tomorrow. First, the 2 Komagata High School cases that Hajime was handling. And we need to speak with his fiancée as well. I believe that's it for tomorrow. Yeah, got a gameplay guide. Not. Hajime, body found at former Yasuda Gardens. Estimated time of death 2 days prior, approximately 11 a.m. Wait, so if it's 2 days before, then it couldn't have been like a death note, right? Because the death note happened today, like the distribution of those objects. Signs of struggle found at the scene. Efforts to locate witnesses underway. Body discovered by groundskeeper. Signs of struggle. Also, if there was a struggle, like there was a fight, right? Maybe it wasn't the ghosts. Currently investigating the fiance of the deceased and 2 female students from Komagata High School, and the deceased had contact with the persons of interest. I thought it was one of the ghosts that probably killed him. But like the Death Note things weren't distributed until today, right? Right? Maybe. I've got a bad feeling about this case, and my gut is rarely wrong. I knew this would be a treacherous case from the moment we were dragged into it. Treacherous. About the cause of death. Time of death was around 11 p.m. 2 days ago. Outside the park's operating hours, of course. His body was found early in the morning yesterday. 11 p.m. the day before yesterday. What was Hajime doing out here at that time in the first place? That's the question, isn't it? The entrance to the park is closed after hours, but it's a small gate that'll be fairly easy for him to get through if he really wanted to. That would of course be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss? Hey, welcome back. Maybe someone called him here. It's hard to imagine a cop like Hajime would trespass for no reason. And since it seems like someone else was here with him, could they have called him here? Oh, that does seem likely. They must have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night. So Hajime met someone here to discuss something in secret. And then they got into a fight? That wouldn't match the cause of death. There were no wounds on his body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. The perp must have planned something. Then, you think it was meditated? That would mean they called Hajime to the park with the intent to kill him? Well, there is still the possibility that it was just some kind of accident. Maybe the perp tried to threaten Hajime and things went south from there. We should be able to get a clearer picture once we know exactly what killed him. The room got brighter, Zed is back. So. Right. I've been wowed by your shrewd detecting abilities all day today. Oh really? Funny. I've been wowed by you too. On the topic of family, what's yours like, boss? What the hell is wrong with you, prying into my personal life all of a sudden? It's just, I've never heard you talk about them or anything. Oh, are you single? Shut it! It's none of your business. Well, ever since I joined the force, I've been thinking. The department really pressures young officers to get married. Ario Ayo. I wonder why that is. You don't say anything like that though. How should I know? I caved to the pressure myself and got married 20-some years ago. So then... God, you're relentless. She took her daughter and left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me. I'm sorry. I can't believe she gave up a guy like you. I was never home much, too focused on work. I'd come home late only to get called right back. Plus, being a cop is dangerous work. I don't blame her for getting fed up. By the way, I just got a wonderful news. My first Oshi is coming back. My first streamer crush, the one that made me install Twitch. Nice, Seed. I was never gone. How sad. Especially when you're out there putting your life on the line. Is that why you transferred out of the first? It was already too late, but you better be careful, Ariel. You say that, but there's not much I can do, is there? That's the nature of our job. There aren't too many who can really understand it, not unless they're involved with police work themselves or related to someone who is. But wait, you have a daughter, boss? You really think I want to talk about her after all that? Have some sense. Come on, I promise I don't mean this the way it sounds, but how old is she? Jeez, you don't know when to quit, do you? At least try not to look so intrigued. Jeez, well, she's a bit rough around the edges. I think most men are intimidated. Last I heard, she's living by herself and going to college. Wow, a college student! Men love an educated lady. Stop that! What kind of cop are you making baseless assumptions like that? I love Ariel. She's living on her own though, huh? Must worry about her. Worry? I don't even know where she lives. Oh, so she hasn't told you. Probably because she knows you'd follow her around everywhere. I would not. Don't. I don't. Come on now. We both know that's not true. Listen here. You may look like a mean old man, but you sure have a soft side. What? Is that supposed to be a compliment? I can't keep up with you. We're done talking about this. Oh, that reminds me. If you got married 20 years ago, it must have been right around the Nejima murder. You know your history. Yeah. That happened a year or two after our wedding. You were the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? We studied that case at the academy. I was only in elementary school at that time, but I still remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested. All that was just cracking the case, finding the guy. It was all just happenstance. I'd really rather not think of it. It was a disturbing case. Did it not make your skin crawl when you learned about it at the academy? It did. We were all terrified. Sounds about right. No one could believe that such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. If we had overlooked one little thing, we may never have caught him at all. I think I remember hearing there was only one charge brought against him in the end. That's right. We didn't have the evidence. I knew there was no way such a meticulously planned crime could have been there first, but we may have stuck Fumichika Nejima in a cell, but it was no victory. He always had the upper hand. And all the damage he did to everyone involved, especially the victim's classmates. It's already been 20 years, huh? God damn. This is why I tried not to think of it. I'm sorry. It's the Nejima case. A notorious case from over 2 decades ago involving a murder of a female high school student. It first came to the attention of the authorities when part of a human left hand, holy heck, was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Testing it revealed to belong to a missing female high school student, as it appeared to have been severed deliberately. What? The police launched a murder investigation. What does that mean, severed deliberately? A large scale, like somebody like severed it, I guess. A large-scale search of the river was organized, but the highly polluted state of the water made this impossible. Visibility was poor, the stench was intense, and the divers quickly fell ill. They succeeded in recovering only the victim's head and what appeared to be part of her leg before the search was called off. Oh my god. At the time of the incident, the Sumida River was as polluted as it had ever been. Neither fish nor shellfish could survive it, eventually causing the annual fireworks festival to be called off indefinitely. That's crazy. Over the course of the search, the police discovered a number of unidentified human bones. This caused a stir among the public, and several other young women had gone missing in recent years in the Tokyo area, and it was feared that they may have fallen victim to the same fate. Forensic technologies at the time, however, were not advanced enough to determine the identities of the deceased, and so the police were unable to open any inquiries. It's crazy. Hold on, guys. Let me just go blow my nose. I keep sniffling. It's distracting. Alright. Okay, we're back. I already read this. Okay. Do we have more to talk about? Are we done? What about this case? We already talked about everything. How do we leave? Can we go? We go? Where do we go? Scene. This is where the victim was found. It's clean now. It almost feels like nothing happened here at all. But once an incident like this has come to pass, there's no going back. Not that knowing that is any consolation. Well, boss, I think that about does it. Right. Let's call it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Holy heck, what the heck is that? Oh my god, what is that? Boss, what's wrong? Don't tell me you're going senile. Oh, thank you for the redeem. There's a mumu behind Ariel. This is a nice screenshot, huh? Ariel's face with the duck clips and this mumu. Oh my gosh. Damn it! It was that case all along. Boss, what is it? Is there something over there? Gah! Deep sorrow. I didn't read it. Maybe Ariel will die. Kill them! The detective gets his own death note. Those who spread lies. Kill them all! Oh, this is our death note. What does this one do? You have acquired the curse stone, the evergreen beach. You can use it to kill those who intentionally try to mislead you. Press use curse button when somebody lies to you. Oh, that's cool. So if somebody lies to us, we could kill them. That's kind of situational, huh? we have to be in a conversation with someone to kill them. It's not like the other guys where they just turn around and we could kill them. This one we actually have to wait for them to lie to kill them. So the original story of this one is of this legend. It's once upon a time in North Okurabashi, a beautiful beech tree stood in the garden of Lord Shinden's residence. It was so impressive that the house became known among people as the beech residence. Somehow no one had ever seen a single leaf fall from the tree. As rumors spread of the eternally green tree, it became known as evergreen beech. However, this particular species of tree was actually an evergreen, so the lack of fallen leaves was nothing out of the ordinary. This has led people to say that the strangest part of this legend is the fact that it even became a legend at all. So pretty ordinary. But the true story was, he deceived us with this so-called rite of resurrection. The man who tricked the people with his false dark arts swings from a rope. They thought the man had escaped the previous night, but oddly enough, he was found hanging in the garden of the daimyo's mansion that morning. The man, a local named Jinkichi, was known for his kind temperament and skill in crafting netsuke clasps. While his life wasn't always easy, he was optimistic, the type to smile through whatever life threw at him. He was the kind of man who would take care of those who didn't have anyone else to rely on. The prosperity of that ukiyo-e boom must have been that fanned the flames of his greed. The old craftsman was found in a miserable state as if sentenced to some cruel fate. Perhaps he'd ended his own life unable to bear the weight of his crime. But dead men tell no tales, and the people thought of him as a bad man even in death. He hung there for days, till his neck stretched horrifically, a visage of pain still etched on his face. It was clear he must have struggled greatly as he died, his flesh marked with dark scars with a rope wrapped around his whole body. The beech tree's leaves do not fall, and neither did the man's body hanging from it, as the mansion's owner was not at home. Another unfortunate event. The people held their tongues, fearing divine punishment. But the rumors persisted nonetheless. Yes, those who spread lies must be bold. So this is the power we get. But how do we know if they're lying or not? That's a little harder than them turning around. Can you hear it, curse bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Kill them. Okay, how do we use that? Boss! Can we see if they're lying or not? Boss, what's the matter? Don't tell me you really went senile. Sorry, I'm fine. Ariel. Yes? I have some bad news. Oh no! Your senility is kicking in, isn't it? No. We've got a bit of trouble in our hands. Looks like we'll be working on some overtime. We're not going home tonight. Huh? What are you talking about? And we could continue this. Or we could go to these paths too. I want to see what happened with this lady. The waifu lady. When the son of Haruo Shigima was kidnapped, the botched investigation by the police resulted in the child's murder. 1 year later, Haruo has hired a private investigator to help resolve the unsettled case. Late at night, while speaking to the detective at her home, something strange suddenly appears. May those who mock fires of perish in flame. Kill them! Kill them! The flame bearers! Kill them all! You've acquired the power of the cursed stone, the haunting clappers. You can use it to kill those with fire or fire-starting devices on their person. That's such a weird ability, man. Like, not everybody... I don't think nobody carries freaking lighters all the time. It's so situational. You just like give someone a lighter? As the evening bells ring at Iriacho, the night watchman patrols the dark streets and announces his presence by shouting warnings about fires, all the while striking his wooden clappers. But tonight, the sound of another set of clappers answers back. He curiously claps his clappers together again, clack clack. The echo answers again, but no matter how hard he searches for the source of the second pair of clappers, he never finds it. Some say it was the work of a mischievous tanuki or kitsune, while others say it was a warning from the spirit of someone who lost their life in a terrible fire. Killed by burning, one is possessed with a possession of fire or fire-starting device. Red, 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 everything is dyed crimson. My home is burning to the ground. It's hot, so hot, so hot. Must call for help, but I cannot speak. My throat must be burned up from the smoke. No, I think that I'm already on fire. That's right. I'll use the clappers. Clack, clack. Is anybody there? Clack, clack. Why is no one coming? I'm going to burn to death. How did it come to this? Oh, right, her. It must be the work of that vixen who appeared suddenly and enchanted my lord. That witch, those hauntingly cold eyes had my lord dancing in the palm of her hand. Perhaps I was also taken in by her. How many innocent people did I lure in under her orders? This must be karma. The sound of a heavy bell. It feels like my head will split open. Ah, right. The evening bell. That must be why nobody can hear the sound of my clappers. I've got to do it louder. Give every criminal a lighter, too. No explanations, 3 profit. Well, it doesn't need to be a lighter, right? It could be like matches or something. But not everyone also carries matches. Can you hear it, curse bearer? You who so strongly desire it. Hilda. Okay, we're the hot lady. We're the hot mommy lady. So she was Haruo. She's the salaryman's boss. Back with me, ma'am? Can't say I understand what just happened, but it certainly seems to have put you in a good mood. This might be the first time I've ever seen you really smile. Sweet dreams? Haruo Shigima. She wants to brighten our life. She's a housewife. Wait, what's the name of the guy? Yumioka. Natsue. No, he doesn't work for Nat. You got the name wrong. He worked for Natsue Yamamori. This is Haruo Shigima. She's a housewife. Her son died. No. Not dreams. Sounds like something I might want to hear about. Yeah, she's single. My heart is still racing. That's it. This is it. My chance. At long last. Let me bring you up to speed. We were in the middle of a chat when you suddenly started spacing out. And the whole time you were grinning to yourself like you'd just won the lottery. Care to tell me what that was all about? Well, where to start? She's cute, Zed. Interesting. Very interesting. So, the haunting clapper's curse echoed appeared out of nowhere. Told you how to perform the rite of resurrection and gave you the curse you need to do it. Have I got that all right? That's right. So it's all real. Honestly, I still find it hard to believe. But I guess I have to know. I have to now. I saw that curse stone appear in your hand myself. It looked like it popped clean out of thin air. With evidence that clear, there's no denying that there's some supernatural force at work. Rictica. A private investigator I hired. A friend told me about him. They said he's not very well known. He's good at what he does. When I first visited his office in Ota City and saw how he dressed, I could hardly believe he was a detective. But after talking to him for a while, I changed my mind. He says some strange things at times, but he seems like the reliable sort. Rictica, private investigator. Eccentric man. A request from Haruo Shigima. Investigator report kidnapping and murder of her son. He gets caught up in the events surrounding the rite as resident. Oh, so the fire thing wasn't his. It was hers. That's why she was so freaked out, because she knows how it worked. Once a police officer, Richter was racked with guilt over the police's inability to help those in need, and quit the force to start his own private investigation firm. However, his soft-hearted nature leads him to take on too many cases and has put his office in dire financial straits. Now he is still in business. Is a mystery. How he's still in business is still a mystery. Some whispering that a wealthy patron is keeping him afloat. Richter studied alongside Detective June Ario at the police academy. So this detective guy knows Ario. The dude guy. The guy with the surfer dude. Somewhat surprisingly, given his outlandish clothing and mannerisms, Richter excels at covert investigation and tailing his targets. He proudly refers to himself as an investigator extraordinaire, though that only ever succeeds at impressing himself. Richter's biggest source of happiness is nuzzling his pet female albino parakeet. What do you call a croc that wants to be a detective? What do you call a croc that wants to be a detective? Let's see. Ernestine, which he keeps in his office. He also enjoys collecting mockingbird stickers, a popular line of merchandise featuring birds inexplicably dressed like delinquents. An investigator! Oh, totally comic gold, dude. And can be frequently sighted searching around town for them. While out and about, Richter typically leaves the office and, more importantly, Ernestine in the care of Amamori, a junior high schooler who volunteered to assist Richter after being involved in a previous case. Oh, who the heck is Amamori? She's schoolgirl? It's a weird guy. I like him though. He's a JoJo fan. Okay. I don't think you quite understand. Oh? This isn't about the evidence. It isn't about belief. It's more than that. Oh gosh, the bedroom eyes. The bedroom eyes. I know it's real. Why is she so hot, man? Why is she so hot, man? The moment the curse appeared, I knew everything before it. I knew everything before it even said a word. It was already it was already there in my head. Clear as day. You just knew, huh? It was etched into my soul, along with the curse echoes resentful memories. So I can feel it, what it was like. Dying like they did hundreds of years ago. Wreathed in flame, writhing in pain as my flesh blackens and my blood boils. Feel it. All the agony, all the rage. It fills me with bloodlust. I think I need to kill someone. Anyone will do, as long as they're carrying fire. I see. That could be a problem. You think so? From what I know of you, I'm sure you'd see it as opportunity. That scene reminds you of someone? stronger the desire to resurrect someone, the stronger the urge to kill. That's how it seems to me, anyway. Good grief. Talk about a spanner in the works. I say we take stock of a moment. Remind ourselves where we'd come from and where we're going. Yeah, might be a good idea. That's what you hired me for, ma'am. To look at your son's kidnapping last year. To uncover the truth behind the abduction and murder of Shuichi Shigema. Oh yes, I remember. They never did find the one who did it. That's what I'm here about. That's what I'm here about today, in fact. Kinda you to let me drop by so late, by the way. I've been turning over every last stone. I've come up with a grand total of 1 lead. So you said. As far as the police are concerned, it's a cold case, but I've managed to make some headway. It's not bedroom eyes, that's sick eyes. She has colds or flu. I remember. You were just about to tell me. Shigema kidnapping. Okay, let's read what the details are of this case now. A kidnapping and murder case that took place in Honjo Sumida around 1 year ago. Harue Shigema's son, Shuichi, age 11, was kidnapped on his way home from school, with a ransom being demanded the same evening. Initially, the kidnapping was thought of as a simple extortion scheme, but when it came to light that the Shigema family was closely tied to the police, and Shuichi was in fact the grandson of a senior official, it was quickly assumed that the perpetrator was acting upon a grudge against the police force. The kidnapping was treated as a direct attack against the good name of the police, and a large-scale investigation was launched that used the best equipment available to trace phone calls. This made it all the more embarrassing when they were unable to catch the culprit. Losing the public's confidence, the culprit grew cocky, relentlessly mocking the police force. After 3 days of failure after failure, Harue reached a breaking point. Spurred by a concern for her son, she resolved to hand over the ransom money as fast as possible, but her husband and father, who held the prestige of the police in high regard, refused, saying that they would not let the criminal win by giving in to their demands. The increasingly frantic detective assigned to the case lost his temper when the criminal called to give an ultimatum, causing the culprit to never make contact again. Another week passed and Shuichi's body was found floating in the Sumida River. Shuichi's death could be largely ascribed to the police's incompetence, but this was ultimately covered up with stringent media embargoes. The investigation was never closed, but the case has long gone cold. Oh, that's crazy. That's be crazy, yo. Azure Heron Agency. Richter Kai's private investigation firm in Kamata, Ota City. Originally, Kai thought to give it a simple name like Kai's Detective Agency, but upon hearing that people are more likely to pick names listed at the front of a phone book alphabetically, so he put an A. He decided to pick a name starting with an A. That's smart. Thus, the Azure Heron Agency was established. However, it is questionable whether the heron, a bird of somewhat ominous significance, is an effective symbol for attracting customers. Even his own assistant has referred to the name as confusing at best. After all, rather than an azure heron, Richter keeps a white parrot as a pet and dresses not in blue but mostly in white. If there was a symbolic connection to be made here, it has sure been lost on all but Richter himself. A private investigator, also known as a private eye, is a detective who operates their own agency. Although there are no formal qualifications necessary to become a private investigator, many are retired police agents or detectives due to the similarities between the work involved. At a glance, private investigation firms and inquiry offices might look similar, but they carry out different types of investigations. Inquiry offices specialize in conducting credit checks on businesses, while private investigators are generally involved in tailing persons of interest and gaining information surreptitiously. Okay. As your Heron agency. It's her son. The only son of Haruo Shigima. He was kidnapped and murdered 1 year ago. His body was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Aha, what a nice abbreviation for that agency. Shuichi was a conscientious, brave young boy who was determined to protect his mother, Haruo, amid his father's frequent absences. He dreamed of becoming a police officer and displayed diligence and an impressive sense of responsibility from a young age, likely due to being raised in an extremely strict environment. Born in the early 70s, he spent his days immersed in various activities and studies, including playing piano, learning the abacus, taking English lessons, and training in kendo. Shuichi's tendency to put other people's needs over his own meant he died without ever telling his classmates how much he longed for them all to go out on a hunt for mockingbird stickers. That's sad. Sad mom. I suppose there's not much point going over the kidnapping itself. No, I'm very familiar. And I'll leave that to the files to cover and just confirm a few things about the case. The police traced the culprits' calls back to, let's see here, Northern Oyoko River, here in Sumida City. It's quite a wide area. That's right. In the end, they never managed to nail down exactly where the calls were coming from. But it was almost certainly the same location that Shuichi was being held captive, since Shuichi's voice could be heard during the killer's calls. Northern Oyoko River is quite a distance from Shuichi's normal school commute. Factoring in that he was seen at school but went missing before he arrived at his house, it's likely that he was abducted by a car on his route home. Maybe, but exactly. Shuichi was a clever boy. He never would have gone into a car with a stranger. That's right. I was firm about that. I know you understood, too. I even saw him warning other children. It's possible that they forced him into the car. The only issue here is there weren't any witnesses to the kidnapping. You can't bundle someone into a car with that many students around and not be noticed. But nobody came forward to say they saw anything suspicious. So, did they target him at at some other time, or somewhere away from his usual route? Both of those seem a little far-fetched. Which raises the question: how did the kidnapper pull it off? The police never managed to find an answer. In the end, they decided that the kidnapper must have gotten it. Well, why not turn the problem on its head? You know, we still need to figure out exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what, why don't I tell you what I've found, and then we can make a decision. The kidnapper managed to convince Shuichi to get into their car. But how? The only thing that makes sense to me is if they were someone that he would have a reason to trust. A teacher, perhaps, or a relative, or somebody else that he knew. But all of the adults Shuichi knew had alibis. The police checked them all thoroughly. They did, huh? No one throws numbers at a problem like the cops. But what if it wasn't someone he knew, or rather, what if the culprit disguised themselves as a police officer? That would explain why he didn't find him suspicious. The Shigema family had close ties with the police after all. He would have had a reason to trust them. You might be right. But surely that couldn't have... Well, there's a problem with that theory. You'd be surprised at how much police officers stand out. That's sort of the point after all. They're meant to be visible deterrent. They're meant to be a visible deterrent against crime. Here's another interesting bit of trivia I happen to know. When you ask people to imagine someone suspicious, nobody pictures women or children. Even kids who've been warned about stranger danger often subconsciously expect that danger to look like an adult man. Besides, Shuichi was the sort of boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. He must have had a very strong sense of right and wrong. That's right. Wait, surely you can't mean... Now you're getting it. If, say, a young woman approached Shuichi asking for help, what would he have done? If someone like that said they were lost and asked him for directions, would he have gotten into a car? He might have. My husband always told him that a man had a duty to watch out for women and children. You could certainly argue that kind of attitude is outdated nowadays. But if Shuichi believed it, then we might have something here. Did you think the culprit was a young woman? But it was a man's voice on the phone. She might have had an accomplice. Or maybe she didn't even realize she was being used. She might have been an accomplice. Or maybe she didn't even realize she was being used. I'll bet it was some killer dance moves. I bet he liked his outfit. Yeah, me too. He looks like a stylish Michael Jackson. If anything, that would explain why she hasn't come forward. She herself might not realize she had anything to do with the case. Now the question is, did anybody really see Shuichi speaking with a young woman on the day of his disappearance? See, what I said about people's biases, that goes for witnesses too. And I figured that maybe if I started asking new questions, you might get some new answers. So I spent my day asking around Shuichi's school route, seeing if anyone's seen something. And one man thought he had. Do you mean he saw it happen? Well, I can't say that for sure yet. It turned out he wanted something from me. So he asked if we could talk in private. Several hours earlier. Alright, this should do. There's no one around. We can speak in confidence. Excuse me, what was your name again? The heck is this guy? Jonochi. Got it. Well, Jonochi, I'm all ears. Just so we're on the same page. You're a private detective investigating Shuichi Shigima's kidnapping. Do I have that right? Of course. What else do I look like? How should I know that you're a private detective? How should I know what a private detective looks like? Oh, forget it. Look, I'll tell you straight. My life is in danger. I need your help. Huh? You'll excuse me if that caught me a little off guard. Let me ask you straight. Who's trying to kill you? A student called Michiyo Shiraishi. Interesting. A schoolgirl, eh? Sounds like you've been naughty. Yeah, it has nothing. It's nothing like that. That girl, she's a murderer. I'm the only one who knows, but I saw what she did. Michiyo Shiraishi. I saw her kidnap Shuichi Shigima. Come again? I saw her talk to him in the street and led him away. I didn't think much of it at the time, but then he went missing. She murdered him, I'm sure of it. At least, she's got something to do with it. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Then you can't let her get to me. If that's true, you've been sitting on some valuable information. Why didn't you tell anybody? Well, you see, if you can't explain that, I don't have any reason to believe you. I couldn't! She had told me she'd kill me if I spoke a word. Telling me a schoolgirl had you scared for your life? So you've been sitting on that all this time? And you think she's coming for you now that you spilled the beans? Yes, that's exactly it. Exactly. I'm begging you, don't let her get me. Arrest her, I'm telling you, she's a demon. Well, you seem to believe what you're saying. But it just doesn't add up. How could a schoolgirl have a fully grown man so terrified? We don't know what she can do. She'll curse me. Curse you? I'm sorry, but you're losing me here. Hey, Reeker, how you doing? It's true. Her house, it's... forget it. Why do I even bother? You seem dubious enough to believe me, but I should have known you'd never understand. Enough. I'll find someone else to help me. Hey! And then he died. Enjoy your lurk. And that's about the long and short of it. I can hardly believe it. At the time, I thought his mention of curses was just crazy talk. But I'm starting to see there might have been more to it. If we could just find that girl. Curse or no curse, if she was with Shuichi on the day of his kidnapping, there's a good chance she knows something. On top of that, I did some digging on the man I spoke to. His full name is Kohei Jonoichi. He's a teacher at Komagata High School here in Sumida. A teacher? Then the schoolgirl? Is one of his students? I think that's very likely. It's Jujutsu Kaisen. You been watching Jujutsu Kaisen, Zed? At last we got a lead. Hopefully it'll be the breakthrough we're looking for. The Rite of Resurrection, huh? I read about that in an occult magazine the other day. Apparently some old book showed up recently with all the gory details. And they say that the rite can be found somewhere in Honjo. I remember the first time you told me about it. Prayers have been heard. Like I had hope, real hope, for the first time. Ever since that awful day, I've wondered, what if I hadn't sent him to school? What if I just paid the ransom? Not a day goes by when I don't think that I'd done something differently. Shuichi would still be alive. You can't blame yourself, ma'am. It was the culprit's fault, not yours. Though, I know that won't help any. Grief is funny like that. I'm guessing that's why you're after the rite? I guess I didn't need to ask. It's written all over your face. You watched Anohana? See, I told you! I told you it'll make you cry. It's beautiful, isn't it? I can't tell how much he meant to you. But, this is a big but. If this ride is the real deal, using it will mean killing someone and stealing their soul. Is that a problem? If it comes to that, I'm afraid I'll have to stop you. Dude, Richter is so cool. Hey, Caper, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. So, what happened in the story so far is we could go back in time to before, Yoko got killed. And we went back in time and we saved her, but the guy died. What's his name? Shogo died. And now we're playing as the waifu. The mommy. And we're talking to the detective now who's trying to solve the case of the boy, her son. Oh, that's a shame. A shame, huh? That's all? I thought if I'm going to be competing with the other curse bearers, then your detective skills might come in useful. You realize you're talking about ending someone's life, right? Don't you see an issue with that? I like how she bites her lip. I think any parent in my position would happily kill for a chance like this. Is that so? Dear, oh dear. What have I gotten myself into? Hey, yo, Rocky. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, then you won't have to get any of your blood, any blood on your hands yourself. I don't need you to kill the other curse bearers. I only need you to find them. I won't be party to murder, ma'am. Not even for a client. You know, I'll always give you a SO because you're an SO2, a special one. I'll pay you. That's a shame. I'll pay you. How much can I give you in exchange to change your mind? Sorry, man, but not everyone has a price. Dude, Richter's so cool. I got my policies, and I stick to them. See, I didn't realize you were so stubborn. Let me say, though, it's not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out. What do you have in mind? Well, how about stealing someone else's curse stone after they filled it with soul dregs? If that was all you were after, then I could lend you my services guilt-free. If the other curse bearers want to kill each other, that's their business. I'm not trying to be a hero here. I guess there's no guarantee a stolen curse stone will work, but we can worry about that later. That's why she tried to kill Shogo before. Like, she tried to grab her thing. That was the detective's plan. And he found out because, like, he was also in that bridge. We were looking for the thing. And he's like, do you have a lighter? And he said, yeah, I have a lighter. Okay, that's cool. Well then, I suppose we have a deal. Although, what if I stole a curse stone using my curse? Would you disapprove? That would void our contract, ma'am. Just warning you now. Before we go any further, why don't you tell me about that curse of yours? The Haunting Clappers, was it? It's one of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, if I remember correctly. That's right. The original story did happen somewhere near here, I think. I'm sure I remember hearing. In that case, my money would be on all the curse bearers being somewhere in Honjo. Our first move should be to narrow them down. Some of them are bound to try and come for you first. We'll need to be ready. The curses make their bearers more willing to kill, so an attack could come from anywhere. That sounds sensible. And if I remember correctly, your haunting clappers can set people on fire, but only if they have a naked flame or a lighter on their person. Is that right? That's right. In olden time, wooden clappers were used to warn people of fire. I'm guessing it punishes those who don't heed the warning. It seems like a good curse to have. It's simple and straightforward enough to use. Although it's hard to say how it stacks up without knowing what else is on the table. You really think it's that good? The target can't do much to throw it off, and it has such a long activation window. It's big that it works on lighters too. Just one slip into your target's pocket, and say that conditions were already fulfilled before they even know you're there. They wouldn't even know what hit them. Maybe I won't have to actually use it. I could just tell someone I could, and then they'd have to do what I said. Threats could work, although without any proof. It'll come down to how convincing you can be. If only you could use the curse and then back out at the last second. At the last second? Interesting idea. I have a lighter right here. We could try it now. That's an interesting proposition. That curse, it sounds familiar. I wonder who else here can light someone on fire. But maybe not. I'm not quite crazy enough to make myself a guinea pig. Oh, I see. You're an odd one, ma'am. But if you don't mind me saying, I don't think it's just a curse. You flatterer. As for what we do next, first of all, I think we should stay indoors. Try not to do anything spontaneous or outside your normal routine. Right then. Have you decided what you want me to... Alright, right now. Have you decided what you want me working on? Just wanna help me with the kidnapping. Finally I have a lead. I need to know what happened to my son. Your wish is my command, ma'am. I'll focus all my efforts on looking into the kidnapper. Although, something just occurred to me. You can't investigate the matter at night, can't you? Can you? At least until the sun rises. Could you search for other curse bearers? Alright. I see how it is. Well, I'd be happy to help. Odds are good that the other curse bearers are also working by night. Anyone they kill under the cover of darkness won't be discovered until sunrise. Bet they'll be trying to do as much as they can before morning comes. So it's settled then. I'll look into the other curse bearers by night. And once the city wakes up, I can start asking questions. I'll investigate the kidnapping as well. I'll even try to find Miss Shiraishi as part of the bargain. Thank you. It's more than enough. This is it, my chance, at long last. A fax machine. It can send images to other places along the telephone. I don't really know how it works. Most houses don't have one. I rarely find a use for it. Hey, Savin, how you doing? Drink thine water. They need a cursed artifact to light a fire? I drink some. RITE. An old hanging scroll. I don't know who painted it. It's been hanging here since before I was born. What else is here? An arrangement of flowers. We bring in someone to do it. I don't even know what the flowers are called. Stereo unit with separated speakers designed for home use. This is so 80s. 70s. 80s. My husband insisted on buying one, even though he isn't one to listen to music often. Hey, it's a sticker. Well, I'll be damned. Is that what I think it is? Goodness, you made me jump. It's just a little sticker my son got from somewhere or other. He put it up before. Well, you know what happened. I can't bring myself to take it down. Let me take a closer look. I knew it! It's Head Hancho from way back in set number 1. This is a real collector's item. Excuse me? Don't tell me you never heard of the Mockingbirds. The what? They're the hottest new craze. Cute little birds dress up like rough and tumble delinquents. I've never heard of them, but this certainly seems to matter to you. The best part is, nobody knows who made them. They just started showing up around town, and soon enough they'd won everybody's hearts. Story goes they're made by some anonymous artist who covertly leaves them behind in specific locations. No one knows when or where they'll show up next. They're basically an urban legends of sorts. Maybe this is for like a hidden ending or something. To think this one would turn up here of all places. This is a good sign, I'm sure of it. Oh, well, that's nice. We discovered one of them. Mocking chick. Television. A color television. Father bought one as soon as it hit the market. He likes to have the latest gadgets. I like the latest models. There is no remote control. We've had it for a long time. Back when it was new, we all gathered around it and marveled at it as a family. But with Father, my husband, being away so often, it quickly fell into disuse. That sucks. Let's get out of here, huh? Let's get out of here, Richter Kai. What's with the accent? Now then. I should get to work. There's only so much time before sunrise. This guy's a hard worker. I'll call you if I find anything new. You stay here and keep a lookout. There's no telling what kind of curses you might find out in the streets tonight. Don't go outside if you can help it. And try to be ready for anything. Well, that's all. I should be going. Okay, we did this route. I want to go back to the detective. See what they find. So it's 12 a.m. We're still here? Okay. So let me get this straight, boss. The RITE resurrection really exists? And to use it, you have to kill people using the power of curses from the 7 mysteries of Honja? And the curse you have is from the story of the Evergreen Beach that's told in this area? Is that right? Yeah, pretty much. You're quick on the uptake. You weren't your usual silly self when you were explaining, so I thought you were telling the truth. I'm never silly. The only thing I have trouble believing is that you're taking this occult stuff seriously now. I mean, talk about paranormal. I thought you didn't believe in any of that. It's not that I don't believe it. My familiarity with it is why I've tried not to get too close. Are you just being a sore loser? Not used to admitting you were wrong? Oh, shut up and listen to me. No point in trying to hide things anymore. We won't get anywhere if you don't understand this, so listen up. Please just listen. You don't have to keep saying it, I'm listening. We don't have time to waste. We'll talk as we walk. Hey, wait for me, boss! Oh, this music. Oh, this jam. Oh, this is nice song. It's like an old, like, police movie. Oh, this is a cool song, holy heck. It sounds like, Japanese Power Rangers. Sorry. I just want to double check on one thing. You're telling the truth, right? This isn't a side effect of your senility. It's the truth. Not like I can prove it though. Revealing the existence of the secret department is against the rules, even to a fellow cop. Secret department? Holy heck. This is an emergency. I need his help. I'll tell him. He's not stupid, but he sure can be slow sometimes. Though I think that positivity of his may come in handy in some. I'm sure you already know this. This is all top secret. No sharing it with anyone. Right, you could trust me not to. No, I just can't believe it. I heard rumors that you used to be a member of a secret division attached to the Security Bureau. I can't believe we actually have a department called Paranormal Affairs. Yeah, I'm sure it comes as a shock. I couldn't believe it myself. I thought the higher-ups were messing with me. Really had me worried for a while there. No, this is incredible. That's the whole reason I became a cop. I was always fascinated by secret agencies and stuff. You serious? But thinking about it, it totally makes sense. If curses and spirits really do exist, then of course we'll need a special department to protect citizens from them. You seem a bit too eager to believe all this. And hang on, I thought you joined up because of me. Come on, boss. You only have one favorite food? You can like more than one thing. Yeah. In any case, the official stance is that the supernatural doesn't exist, so paranormal affairs operates in secret. Still not sure why they stuck me there. Those 4 years, I worked nothing but cases involving the supernatural. Supernatural division? Bureau investigates. Oh, it's a freaking. It's like Men in Black, but for ghosties. Persons of interest. Oh, it's updated. I like this police drama that's going on here. It's a buddy cop movie. So, do you have it? What? Spirit sense, of course. Are you what they call spiritually gifted? I never felt anything at all. Even if I did, I'd be a lightweight at best. 1 beer and I'm down for the count. Oh, is that how people in the field quantify someone's spirit sense? Like how much liquor they could handle? It's just me. Thought it'd help get the point across. Oh, sorry. Seems like I keep disappointing you. No, it's not your fault, boss. At the risk of disappointing you yet again, I'll tell you one more thing. Spirit sense is usually something you're born with. It's tough to develop it later on. What? So there's no hope for me? No, say it isn't so. Of course you were interested. Well, you never know. You may have some hidden potential. I know there's a high schooler who's got so much spirit sense that she works on the front lines. I say work, but she wasn't paid because it was supposed to be part of her training. Yikes. It seems like it'd be in violation of Article 69 of Labor Standards Act. You really know the law. Even the cult field has workers' rights issues, huh? So what do we do now? We've got this rite of resurrection and the curse echoes of the 7 mysteries of Honjo? The curse is being spread out around the city is a bit of an emergency. Is that bad? I'll put it this way. It's like handing out guns all over town. Jeez, that's really bad. It is. So we need to find the source and put a stop to it before something terrible happens. Usually that would be a job for paranormal affairs, but I'll talk to them on our way here. The main team is tied up till tomorrow night. So they told me to deal with it myself. Said it'd be fine since I have some experience. What? And the overtime you mentioned means, yep, you're gonna help me, partner. Alright, let's do this. You seem a bit too eager to dive into all this. You really have no reservations working a case you know nothing about. You said this was an emergency. I didn't think we had a choice. I'm just trying to be logical about this, boss. You really are something. Might actually be nice having you. Why, thank you. Think. So, what exactly do we do? If these curses are connected to 7 mysteries, then the people who have the others, should be all over here in town. Right. If there's 7 of them, that means there's 6 more out there. And we have to stop them all before they kill anyone with their curses. If we can, we should find and collect all these curse stones. But boss, from what you said earlier, killing a curse bearer gets you closer to completing the rite of resurrection. Won't your life be in danger if they found out you're a curse bearer? Pretty much. We can't let that happen. Should you even be out here right now? Hiding would only be a waste of time. The mystery of the one-sided reed is associated with the Yogoku Bridge. I was hoping we'd be quick enough to run into the one-sided reed's curse bearer. No such luck, it seems. Well, if nothing else, maybe word will spread that the cops are on the lookout and people will be. It's putting a lot of trust in whoever these other people are. I like their dynamic a lot. Yeah, it's a good buddy cop dynamic. But it's possible that other curse bearers will have the same idea. It's possible that other curse bearers will have the same idea and will come here. Talk to anyone who you see who seems suspicious. That means someone who may have the power of the curse? Understood. In that case, why don't we ask that guy who's been watching us this whole time? What do you know? There is someone there. Good luck. There's a guy here. Hey, you there. Sorry to bother you, but I've got some questions. I'm with the police. Oh, it's this guy. It's the foot guy. Just in case. Just in case. Just in case. It's the foot guy. Apply. So he's useless. You're not dangerous no more. This thing is the worst one. Thanks for your cooperation. We'll be asking you a few things, Mr. Yutaro Namigaki? That's your name, correct? He's my favorite Raijin VTuber? Really? Hello. Hello, hello. Yes. Yes. I don't mind answering your questions. You're a detective? Did something happen? Oh, right. Lots of things have been happening around here. Like, people dying. Oh, weirdo. The man identifies himself as Yutaro Namiga, 21-year-old college student. He was watching us so calmly. We need to be careful with this guy. What if the girl is behind me? No, it's not. She's not. Okay, let's think. So, what's to make of this guy? Let's talk to him. So, what is it you were doing here? It must be the incident at the former Yasuda Gardens. The dead policeman? I can't imagine a detective would come all the way out here otherwise. They have the same color. I keep confusing them. Say, Mr. Detective. Have you ever heard of the Evergreen Beach? Seven Mysteries of Poncho, right? Why do you ask? I was just looking for it. Actually, I was wondering if either of you knew anything about it. Nope, sorry. Really? How strange. Detectives, you have the curse of the stone of Evergreen Beach, don't you? You! How did you know? That Ariel, we didn't need to tell him. Ariel, my man! Ariel, you idiot! It man. Well, that was much easier than I expected. crap! Sorry! It was a simple inference. I figured you would have taken the curse if you were just in the gardens. If you know that, you must be a curse bearer yourself. I have no intentions of hiding anything. I plan to tell you from the start. Look. This is my curse stone. I believe it's called the Foot Washing Mansion. That's right. But are you sure about this? I'm not so rash that I'd kill anyone as soon as I found out they were a curse bearer. Not without talking to them first. You're the same, aren't you, detectives? You wouldn't use a curse on a normal person. Let's speak as equals, shall we? Yeah, let's speak as equals. Boss? Sure. We'd rather resolve this amicably, too. So I'm not gonna kill him. I'm not gonna kill him yet. Because he's powerless. He can't do anything. We already, like, freaking made him... We neutered his powers, right? It really is a curse bearer. He may only be talking to us to try and activate his curse. I'll have to be wary of anything he asks me to do. I should tackle him and pin him to the ground, but that might be something to do with his curse. A slip of the tongue could get us killed. I have to try and discern what activates his curse. What do I do? We already know what he does! I already know what he does. You don't. But don't worry, Rocky's here. Don't worry. But before we talk, there's something I should tell you. This is my curse stone. The Evergreen Beach. Just like you thought. What? Boss! Why would you tell him? As for how the curse works. Boss, are you having another senior moment? If you tell him that... It hangs to death anyone who tried to mislead me. If you try to lie to me, your stone will let me know. I don't have to use it to tell, understand? Whoa, really? That's super useful. Oh, okay, so we know if he's lying or not, because the curse appears here. Because we know that we could kill him. Oh, that's like really useful then. Holy heck. So we could tell if he's lying. I see. Understood. It's a pretty useful power for a detective. Now then, let's talk. Damn. Seems I've lost the upper hand. No point for petty tricks then. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I could see that he's like lying, right? So far, so good. He can lie all he wants. We could see what he's saying. There's someone I want to bring back, so I'd like your assistance in collecting soul dregs. Help. Please. All you have to do is tell me who the other curse bearers are. Sorry, but as a police officer, I can't just look the other way and let you go. Please, if you help me, I'll let you two go as well. Is that a threat? No. It's your final warning. You can't do anything to me. You really think you could just escape by being careful? It didn't matter to me which of you was the curse bearer. I'll be taking both of your soul dregs anyway. Wait! Namigaki! The Foot Washing Mansion is a powerful curse, and is so simple to activate. It's ready whenever I need it. There's no escape from the voice of my feet. The voice of my feet. Hey Gummy, how you doing? Okay, we have the freaking voice off, so he shouldn't be able to do anything to us, right? That's the way his thing works. Ario, get out of here! Hurry! I'll find you later. What? Okay. Too late. Hear the voice of my curse echo. Yeah, the voice of this curse echo. Huh? See? Useless. Useless! You don't do anything! I know how you work, you silly boy. The voice of your feet. You got no voice. You see? You see, I turned the voice off. He's the most useless one. He doesn't do anything. Impossible. This has never happened. What's happening? I don't hear anything. Ario, now! Grab him! Right. I is good, just finished shopping. How be all of you? I'm doing good, I'm enjoying this game. This game is really fun. Namagaki, get down! Damn it! Boss, here! His curse stone! Good work. Give it to me. See, we got him without killing anyone. We're good cops. Damn it, why? What do you think, boss? Should we lock him up? I haven't even touched you. You can't consider that assault of a police officer. Let him go. All we need is the stone. How could this happen? My rite of resurrection. Give it up. The rite was too good to be true from the start. I don't know what happened to you, but you'd be better off mourning whoever you lost right away. The right way. Now get out of here. Yeah. If he starts tap dancing, I'ma lose it. Ew. That was a close one, huh, boss? Probably be dead if he had activated his curse. Yeah, I'm not sure what, but something stopped his curse from. Yeah. Boss, are you okay? Does having another curse stone hurt? Yeah, curse from this stone is flowing into me too. Oh no! I saw what activates the curse of the foot-washing mansion. The resentful memories bound to it. I see. I always thought this one was one of the stranger of the 7 mysteries. Now I know why. It sure is something. What did you see? Let's save that for later. All you need to know for now is that it's a particularly powerful curse. We're lucky we took it from him quickly. Ew. Okay. We got the foot washing mansion. So this one kills who hears the command wash. So we have 2 curses now. Well, that makes 1 stone. Where do we go now? We'll visit all the places associated with the mysteries while it's still dark out. You mean we have to do that all over again? I hope they aren't all as aggressive as him, but people will do crazy things to bring back someone they love. Seems that the hatred of the cursed stones are imbued with the people, making more willing to kill. Makes them more willing to kill. Really? Then what about you, boss? I'm fine. I may not have the spirit sense, but I'm tough when it comes to this stuff. That's why they loved me in the paranormal affairs. So you really are spiritually gifted after all. Alright, let's head to the next place. I bet the other guys won't be as easy. I think we'll need to kill them at some point. Okay, so we meet at the park. That's a new person. Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Me too. I like the two detectives the most. Excuse me. Sorry to bother you, but we have some questions for you. What the heck is this guy? What? Are you with the police? I haven't done anything. Don't worry. This isn't an interrogation or anything. We just want to talk. You're Hideaki Araishi, right? The historian? We know who you are. This won't take long. But since we saw you here, we'd just like to ask you a couple questions. Hideaki Araishi. Who the heck is this? Curator at the museum. Obsessive researcher. Okay, he's a history guy. Researcher of the occult. Is that what Yoko was talking about? She was talking about the guy? No? It doesn't say here. I forgot who she was talking about. She said like a professor was talking about it. Is this him? Well, let's get it over with. I'm a busy man. Now, Mr. Araishi, what were you doing here at this time of night? Doing research, of course. Neither day or night, information never sleeps. That's an admirable philosophy. You know, your research has been quite the talk of the town. What was it they were saying? You discovered something about some book. Discovered some... I don't know what he discovered. We gotta look it up. Where is it? Freak. Where's the people? Persons of interest. This guy discovered a book. No. Where is he? It doesn't say here. Rite of resurrection. What? I think it's Book of Fate, Record of Fates. Is there a Record of Fates? I think it's the Record of Fates. Alright. You found some kind of ritual in the Record of Fates. What? Don't tell me you want to know how to carry out the Rite of Resurrection too. To be perfectly honest, I'm tired of people asking me about it all the time. None of you ever care about the local history. You just come crawling out of the woodwork when something interesting comes up. When your noodles have to fill the line on the packaging, you can't see it while pouring. Ariel is Rocky, Z is Tsutsumi. Looks like I hit a nerve. If you think you could force me to tell you because you're a policeman, you're sorely mistaken. Dude, what's wrong with you? Was the research you were doing just now also related to the Rite of Resurrection? Well, yes, that's right. What exactly were you looking for? I have no reason to tell you that. You wouldn't understand anyway. Oh wait. Are you doing all this research so you can use the Rite of Resurrection yourself? You're a policeman. Do you really think people can be brought back to life? Everyone I meet. Pitiful. Oh, so you don't believe in the RITE? Whether it's real or not has nothing to do with my research. Such things are better left to the occult freaks. Or so I thought. Huh? Things changed. It has become necessary for me to pursue the RITE. So now, I pray that it is real. Oh, he's crazy too! What changed? I'm sure you can imagine. The funds for my research. I received a large amount of funding for seeking the RITE of resurrection. And if I find it, I'll receive a sum so great that I'll never have to worry about money again. Oh, so that means someone is sponsoring your research, is that right? So what if they are? You have no idea how hard we work to secure funding for our research. I have no interest in teaching those children. Listen to me, I'll tell you one thing. Those experts you see writing provocative books or spouting nonsense on TV to try and get popular, all of them are just trying to get the money they need to do their research. Without popular, the occultists saying something even remotely spooky can lead to big money. What? I bought your book. The pursuit of the unknown begins first and foremost with belief. I was so inspired by that bit. I do appreciate your patronage. Unfortunately, however, the occult is not my true interest. The fate of the unknown is to be destroyed by thorough research and deep consideration. No way. I can't believe it. You're surprisingly innocent. This record of fates, where did you get your hands on it? The storehouse of an old private residence in the city, just as the public was told. I'm unable to be more precise due to an agreement with my informant. What was up with his face? What do you mean? He's very handsome. What kind of research do you want to be doing? I'm sure it wouldn't interest you, but to put it simply, the focus of my research is how historical accounts transform into folklore over the years as they are passed down from generation to generation. What does that mean? Due to human bias, the account of any event is inevitably changed by the person communicating it. So it's like telephone. This is not necessarily done with ill intentions. It happens when someone tries to fill in the gaps in the story that lacks detail, or when something's left out or abridged because of the story's length, or when a story twists and shifts as it spreads through oral tradition. Even when two stories are told about the same event, differences in culture or environment affect how it's told, changing its content. Silly little things can turn into terribly mysterious legends. My research is the study of how history, culture, and legend all influence each other. I see. Take the 7 mysteries of Hanjo, for example. The younger one is puckering his lips while hearing that Bucko's nonsense. Yeah, he does that a lot. Why are some of the mysteries seemingly about nothing particularly interesting? You'd think stories wouldn't last a decade, let alone hundreds of years. So why? Perhaps putting it that way piques your interest. I admit, I am curious. So that's what you've been researching all this time. Makes sense. As I said, it doesn't matter to me whether the RITE exists or not. The people in the Edo period believe what was written in the record of fates was the people in the Edo period believed that what was written in the record of fates was real. That's all I'm interested in. But I have to be realistic. The research I'd like to do is unfortunately not very lucrative. That's why I needed to take some risks. Well, in that case, I think I might have a guess as to what it is you were looking for. Huh. I'm surprised you know that. There is indeed a theory that the 7 mysteries of Honjo began because of the rite of resurrection. Well, my theory. Unraveling the 7 mysteries may reveal the secret of the rite. I think quite a few people are looking into the mysteries for that reason. Midoricho Park is connected to the story of the Taiko of Tsugaru, right? That's right. But that isn't the issue at hand. Boss, let's ask Hideki some questions. Well, in that case. Are you looking for the soul dregs? What? Damn it. If you knew about that, then... Calm down. No need to get so defensive. Oh, so he's a curse bearer? He's a curse bearer? Hide curse stones. We both want information, right? Why don't we have a nice friendly chat? Huh. You may say that, but I don't trust you. Perhaps you've already learned about the curses. Perhaps you want to take my power away from me. No, that's not true. I almost revealed my hand. I'll say nothing else. Sorry, I'll be taking my leave here. Hey, stop! Oh, damn it. Damn it, we shouldn't have told him about the soul. Oh, he's so fast. Sorry, boss, he got away. Oh gosh, are we gonna die now? Dang it. Let's restart this. I want to end it there. He didn't lie once, yeah. It's just we kind of revealed ourselves by telling him about the soul dregs. I don't think we should have done that. You gotta start over. Okay, hold on. We're just gonna skip everything. Book of Fates, Record of Fates. God. I have to go through the whole thing. Da-da-da-da! Okay, we can't let him go this time. Okay, we can't ask sus things this time. He's gonna get suspicious and he's gonna run away. We need to get his thing. Okay, we can't ask soul dregs. We can't ask curse stones. I don't think we should ask the curse bearer. He's faster than the police, yes. 7 mysteries of Honjo. What did he say about this? I'm surprised you know that. There is indeed a theory that the 7 mysteries of Honjo began because of the rite of resurrection. Well, my theory. Let's think. About the rite of resurrection than anybody. The fact that he's here this time of night, it's plenty possible that he's a curse bearer. Okay. Think you know what to say to him. He can't leave. Okay, we can't ask soul dregs, we can't ask curse stones. I never mentioned curse bearer. Curse stones. Not sure what to ask. Let's try curse bearer. What? Damn it. If you know that, then calm down. No need to be so defensive. Show curse stone. We both want information, right? Why don't we have a nice friendly chat? A curse stone! You're a curse bearer! A leaf. It is the evergreen beech then. Will you show me yours? This is mine. The ever-burning lantern. Interesting. I don't want to reveal the curse detail. Oh, well, like, he can't do anything. If he lies, we just kill him, right? So we can just reveal it. It doesn't really matter. I'll tell you this one for free. The evergreen beech comes from a man who was hanged for spreading false rumors. But the accusation against him was unfounded, and he died cursing those who deceived him. So, that is the resentful memory held within the evergreen beech. The memories of the 7 mysteries are truly fascinating. If only I could collect them all. Do whatever you want. But you should know something. This stone of mine lets me curse anyone who tries to mislead. What? But don't try and lie. I'll know. You would curse a citizen? And you call yourself an officer of the law? It all depends on you. I don't want to use it if I don't want to. Oh, what is it you want? Curse stones are dangerous. I'd like to confiscate yours. Excuse me, but my right... First, let me ask you one thing. You haven't used that curse, have you? No, of course, I haven't, I swear. He's lying. See, he's lying. He's used it already. He killed someone, this bastard. He's lying to me. I see. Good. Now why don't you hand over that stone? Unless you'd rather try using it on me instead. Damn you. I won't give it to you. If I were to say that, what would happen? Would it be a crime? The police are aware of how dangerous the stones are. I could arrest you under Article 1, Section 2 of the Minor Offenses Act. Or hand it over, and all you lose is your secret ability. Think of what would happen to all your research if you were arrested. Give me the stone! Just give it to me! Fine! You can have the stone. Here. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Two down, 1 billion more to go. Ever burning lantern is like the oh, this is the darkness one. If you're trapped in darkness. Oh, he was the guy who tried to kill us before. That's the one that you need the light to be. Good choice. I look forward to seeing how your research pans out. Right. You tell us everything you know about what's going on. If you help us, we'll give you all the information we've gotten after we solve the case. What do you say? In that case, will you tell me about all the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries? I believe they are the key to the hidden secret in the Record of Fates. Sure, why not? I'll learn about them as I collect the curse stones. Collecting stones. I'm like Thanos. What? Thanks to you, we've learned a lot from him. I wonder, the mysteries and rites are all public information. He kept everything he knows about. Did I read that wrong? Was that Tsutsumi? He kept everything he knows about the other curse bearers and the source of the curse were here hidden. I was hoping he'd at least give us a clue about how to beat these curses. Oh, I see. Then we should be more aggressive next time. Really make them spit it out. And by we, I mean you. I'm guessing he wants to save this curse. He wouldn't have told us anything, no matter what we asked. But now we know where he hangs out. We can always send someone for him if need be. Right, got it. I was surprised to hear that there are actually 9 of the 7 mysteries, though. If 2 was noticeably painful, how bad would 3 feel? I think someone's gonna betray it in the end. Is it Ariel? Would Ariel betray us, you think? Well, we are Tsutsumi. We're playing at Tsutsumi right now, so we can't betray ourselves. Yeah, there's 2 extra curse bearers we have to find. We confiscated 2, and there's 6 more. They could be anywhere in this town. We have to find them fast, or they might start using the curses. No, I think we're already too late. Huh? I didn't tell you this, but there were some soul dregs in Namigaki's curse stone. Really? And he already killed someone with it? It's not much, so it probably wasn't a curse bearer. Shit. Well, we know who did it. We can make arrangements to take him into custody. We'll have Paranormal Affairs pick him up tomorrow. For now, we could continue our search. Right, on to the next place. We just have to cross them off the list one by one. But boss? Huh? Good to know we can use the Minor Offenses Act to arrest people with curse stones. But why didn't we do that with Namagaki? If we could do that, there would be no need for paranormal offense. What grounds would a normal detective have to put him under arrest? Oh, right. I suppose that's true. We lied. Tsutsumi probably has the most OP curse stone. Yeah, it's really OP because like you could tell if they're lying. You know? Not dreams. Oh, we can't go here yet. Well, we'll do one last chapter before we end stream. Let's do one more from Harue. Her powers is she could burn anyone who has a fire, like something that starts fire. Hers, I don't think it's that good. I don't think anyone would be like, I don't know, like it's so situational. Like you just need a freaking lighter on you. It's almost been an hour since Richter left. He promised he'd call me if anything happened. But he hasn't. So all I can do is wait. I know it's dangerous to go out. I just sit here and let this opportunity pass me by. I have to for Michiyo Shiraishi. But first I need to find more soul tracks. She's gonna kill people? Don't kill people. The cops will get you. The cops will find you. What's this? A newspaper? It must have fallen off the chair. Read it. It's a newspaper. I only leave them here for the guests. I hardly ever read them myself. I don't think I've taken the time to go over one in years, in fact. Well, it's not like I have anything better to do. Everyone attends high school now, even girls. Universal education policy, they call it. The country's got really rich enough that every child can go to school. Education is the backbone of modern society. If you want to work for a good company, you get into a good university. With more people running than ever, the competition to get into those universities has gotten fierce, though. The new generation is rebelling. Schoolyard violence and delinquency are on the rise. Well, the curse works. The curse works on any smoker, so it's pretty strong when you think about it. How many people smoke nowadays? That's true. And this was in the 80s or something. I guess more people smoked back then. But my boy was so sensible to get mixed up in any of that. I don't want to read anymore. It'll only remind me of him. Yeah, let's not read anymore. What the heck is this? Fax machine. Rotary phone. I'm waiting for Richter to contact me, but he hasn't. Soul dregs. Got some soul dregs. The ticking seems loud. It just goes to show how quiet it is. It's so boring. Her thing is boring. Let's play some music, huh? Should I put a record on? Please! No, it's too late for that. I'm not in the mood for music anyway. Put some music on, lady! Lady, put some music on. Put some music. Let's watch some TV then. There's nothing on it this hour. I see no point in turning it on. Fax machine. It's a fax machine. I rarely find a use for it. I don't know anybody else who owns one. We're rich. We're rich, lady. The flowers put me at ease, just a little. An old hanging scroll. I've seen it too often to feel anything from it now. Let's think. I need to distract myself somehow. I don't want to be alone with my thoughts. Maybe reading the newspaper will take my mind off things. Let's read the newspaper. Don't think crazy things. Don't think crazy things. Let's learn about the economy, huh? All sorts of articles about the current state of the economy. Now that the post-war boom has passed its peak, we're moving into an era of large corporations. It's about 220, 230 yen to the dollar. Manufacturing is on the rise and exports are healthy. The dollar's down from its height. People are saying it could fall further. Oh, there's no denying how much the standard of living has improved in the past years. It's common to own a car and television now, and supermarkets are better stocked than ever. This was like during the bubble era of Japan where everything was good. Mother's wrath is a scary thing. Yes, she wants to kill people so she could bring her boy back to life. Hey, let's read the society articles, huh? It looks like the city's biggest problem now is pollution. I remember how the air and water used to be even more polluted. The river was covered in scum from all the sewage and industrial waste, and it stank so badly. It'd make my eyes water. Eventually, people started getting sick. It couldn't be ignored anymore. Fortunately, it's gotten better since then. Although the air around the industrial district is still filthy with gas and smog. Let's read something nice. How about television, huh? I don't really watch much television. It feels as if the information in the world gets passed through that little black box. But father stopped him from reporting on the kidnapping. But it happened. I was glad about that. It's fuss. Think about something else. The detective will handle it. Don't worry. Let's look at your chandelier, huh? My husband used to complain that it was too dark, but they're like the gloom. Don't think sad thoughts, okay, miss? Just sit down and watch TV. Maybe. Guest table. Come to think of it, I never offered him any tea. Not that I ever learned how to make it. Come on! Chillax! Let's read the newspaper again. Let's look at the culture articles. Now that everyone has more spending money to go around, people are coming up with all kinds of new diversions. It seems like only yesterday that people were flocking to the arcades to shoot aliens. But now we have these enormous theme parks and gaming machines that plug straight into our televisions. Everyone's talking about superhero series, foreign films, and movies based on the latest bestsellers. Back in my day, fusion rock and folk music was all the rage. But now, it's all about city pop and idols. I find it hard to care about that sort of thing anymore. Don't be sad. It's okay. Let's look for more things in the house, huh? Let's call somebody, no? No? Let's think. I need to distract myself. I need to keep reading the newspaper. How about the society articles? If there's one thing Honjo never wants for, it's horrific crimes. They found a police officer dead in a local park just the other day. A lot of my family are in the police. I hope it wasn't anybody I knew. I don't read the news anymore, not since last year. Suicide at a local high school? Oh, I remember that. A high school girl jumped off a roof about a week ago. She was bullied, I think, or maybe it was something about exam pressure. Huh? What? No, this can't be right. Her name... Michio Shiraishi? From Komagata High? Wait, she's our main suspect. She was the victim of the... I assume you have to keep reading until it all ticks. No, I think we found it. I think this was the thing that the girl the detective was supposed to talk to, but apparently she committed unlife. It can't be. Michio Shiraishi, the same girl who witnessed my son's kidnapping, committed unlife last week? That means Mr. Junoichi was terrified of someone who's already dead? Is that what he meant by a curse? I can't work this out on my own. Maybe Richter will know. Why won't he call? Oh, I haven't left it off the hook, have I? Richter, call me. I'm going crazy. Make sure the receiver is on the hook. He'll ring as soon as he calls. Hey, there we go. That must be him. Moshi moshi. Moshi moshi. Hello, Shigemo residence. Moshi mosh. Who's that? Is that Richter? Richter, call me. Richter! Komagata Bridge. Oh. There he is. Richter called me out to meet him, and we came here to Komagata Bridge. Richter, there's something I need to tell you. Funny. I was just thinking the same thing. He's gazing down at the water. What does he see down there? You go first. Please, go ahead. Alright then. I've been poking around places connected to the 7 mysteries, looking for curse bearers. I think I found a few candidates. First, a tall man I ran into at Kinshibori Park. I asked him for directions, trying to probe him a little, but he turned the questions right back around on me. and he was out of there the second he figured out I wasn't what he was looking for. I got the sense curses were nothing new to him. I'm about 40% sure he's a curse bear. On that guy. No, he took his curse away, right? Does the other timelines affect this timeline? I wonder. Then there's this middle-aged guy I saw on South Warigesui Street. There's no question about this one. He had one of the curse stones in his hand. He had a nervous air about him too. It was clear he was up to some shady business. No one in this game sleeps. Who needs sleep anyways, huh? Gathering soul dregs, I bet. He'd make a good target. Next up is a pair. A young man and woman I saw around Ryogoku Bridge. This time the man came up to me and asked me flat out if I was a curse bear. I told him I didn't know what he was talking about, and he backpedaled and left. Looks like they lurk around here often looking for kindred spirits, would be my guess. Though it didn't seem like they were quite working as a pair. Gathering soul dregs in a group might be a decent idea if you could make it work. But with things being how they are, it's got to be hard to find folks one can trust. They've got brass though. I don't know what their deal is, but I'd like to find out. Last is 2 detectives I've been sniffing around. Police are involved? Not necessarily. A body turned up in a local park a few days ago. So they just might be looking into that. Still, the park's got ties to one of the 7 mysteries. Maybe it was a curse that did the guy in. If they're sending in detectives from the head office, then something's got to be up. How do you know where they're from? Let's just say that when you're in the business, there's some faces you get to know. And he knows him. Ario. This Richter knows Ario because they've been to the same academy, remember? Anyway, that's everyone who's caught my eye. You found all of them in so little time. I really did hire the best. It's all in the name, ma'am. Richter Kai, P.I. Whoo! No, wait. Make that Richter Kai, investigator extraordinaire. My, an investigator extraordinaire. Is that why you can dress like that without drawing attention to yourself? You bet. An investigator extraordinaire can blend like a chameleon in any outfit. Well, that aside, that middle-aged man and young couple sounds the most promising, am I right? Whichever you pick, it's still too early to make a move. It seems like the curse bearers are less involved with each other than we thought. Plus, there's still others we don't know about. I say we hang fire and see how things play out. Hang fire. Who says hang fire? As more bodies start showing up, that'll get the pot nice and hot. It feels like he was really meant for a southern accent. That'll get the pot nice and hot. And once it's boiling, our chance will come. And then it's my turn to talk, right? Let's think first. Okay, let's tell him about how the girl's dead. There's something I need to tell you. What's up? Well, that girl, Michio Shiraishi. The one who was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping? It's her. Well, she's dead. She's what? Richter looks like he could be wearing a crocodile on his back. He's the guy from Yu-Gi-Oh! What's his name? The cowboy guy from Yu-Gi-Oh! He's Australian, right? The Australian accent guy? Student who committed suicide last week. It's her. I heard something like that had happened. Never got the name, though. Talk about bad luck. We finally get a lead, only to find out it turned into a literal dead end. Unless her death was the whole reason Jonochi was so shaken up. He said she was going to curse him. Is he talking about her taking revenge from beyond the grave? It seems like we're back to where we started. I got the reference. Crocodile Hasselberry? Oh, that's Dino Hasselberry. That's the dinosaur guy. Never mind. Tyranno Hasselberry. That's the other guy. Not necessarily. That teacher knows something, I'm sure of it. At the very least. I'd put money on him having something to do with Miss Shiraishi's death. That's why he's scared of being cursed by her. Let's see. And also, something tells me he knows more about your son's kidnapping. In any case, I think we've got a good idea of what he's hiding. Call it a hunch. A hunch? Well, more of a theory. Care to take a guess? I couldn't say. Just an ordinary housewife. I'm not clever enough for all of this. Are you sure? I'd had you down for sharper than that. That's flattering, but I'm afraid you're mistaken. Anyway, that's enough speculation for now. The truth will out in time. Right now, I think we have another chat. We need to have another chat with Mr. Jonochi. Don't you want to tell me something? I've already said everything I wanted to say. Standing around is the last thing I should be doing right now. This is my only chance to bring back my son. I can't afford to fritter it away. Sumida River. Sumida River. The water is filthy and horrid, but at night, still, it looks almost peaceful. Can I ask you something, man? Is it Sumida River what you Honjo folks picture when you think of home? I couldn't say. All I can tell you is that I can hardly stand aside. Right, should have guessed. This was where they found him after he went missing. All alone, floating in the horrible. All I can think is how scared he must have been. How old he must have been. What did he ever do to deserve something so awful? I've come here every day since then. I've prayed to the river to give him back. To give back my son. Day after day after day. You know, in olden times, people believed rivers marked where our world met the next. So the act of crossing flowing water had a huge amount of spiritual significance. Back when the Edo was founded, the people of Chuo saw the Sumida River the same way. They associated the far side of the river with the afterlife. That same place would later become Honjo. All their fear and revulsion accumulated there and took root. Is there a map? But then the Ryogoku Bridge sprang up after the Great Fire of Mereki, and just like that, Honju was a part of the city too. And as it turned from farmland to a town, the people surrounded it with man-made rivers that crisscrossed it with canals and waterways. Weren't those to prevent flooding? That's what I was told. They were, but that's not all they were for. Their purpose was to contain all the corruption that had built up on the far shore and stop it from leaking through our side of the Great Divide. Officially, they were a physical barrier, but unofficially, they were a spiritual one too. So, if I have this right, are you saying that Honjo is a place where the real world meets the afterlife? Exactly. That's why the Rite of Resurrection is here, rather than anywhere else, I'm sure of it. It's probably why the 7 mysteries and their curses have survived to the modern day. I kinda shipped the two, but she's married. I thought she was a widow. Isn't she single? It's like a film noir. Like those black and white detective films, this scene. And I guess that will make this spot where we're standing now right over the water. The border between life and death. If there ever was a place where bringing back the dead might be possible, I reckon it's here. He even says I reckon. Dude, they planned it to be a southern accent. They planned it to be a cowboy accent. He even says I reckon. We shall never know. She's still hot though. It's funny that you mentioned praying to the river. I might have done more than you think. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Just thinking aloud, ma'am. He says ma'am, he says reckon. Dude, it's canon. He has a southern accent, guys. Well, it's a nice thought. Sumida River. I'm not gonna read that. Sumida River. We're on Komagata Bridge over the Sumida River. There's a highway on the other side and a freeway on the other. They're both deserted this late at night. What do you need that for? I'm not gonna read anything. I'm tired of reading. Think. Okay. Let's talk. You want to tell me something? You said everything I wanted to say. What else do we do? What else is here? Look around you, look beyond. Oh! Mockingbird. Wow, that's a nice flamingo. Look around you, look beyond. You can make an unbreakable bond. The world around you is not what it seems. It's all revealed. Sumida River. That's right. There's one memory I have. I tell you. Go ahead. Must have been 20 years now, when I was still a schoolgirl. Back then, when the Sumida River was much filthier than it is now. It was full of garbage and industrial discharge. It was scummy, and slimy, and it stank. But you could look out over the water and see dead cats, and dogs and pigeons just floating. And one day, among all the filth and garbage, there was a piece of my missing classmate's hand. Oh, this is the thing that the old guy investigated, Tsutsumi, remember? This was the thing that made him famous. The detective guy. So many things, like so many choices falling on me. Could it be my destiny to be shaman. They think the surrounding right behind Richter. What? It's almost a miracle. Stop to think about it. What were the chances that someone would find a part of it? And that, although everything but the palm had rotted away in the wall, the part that was left would have been an identifiable scar? That they could tell if it'd been a murder from the blade marks on the bone? Wait, are you talking about the Nejima murders? So you have heard of it. Impressed. Assume you were but an elementary schooler at the time. He's younger than her? She's a mommy. I wasn't really aware of it then. I only heard about it after the fact. I had no idea the victim was a classmate of yours. Didn't know. Oh, this is the victim? Wait. This is the man who killed the guy. The girl. He looks creepy. The man who made headlines over 2 decades ago as the perpetrator of the brutal killings. Scary. He has long hair. Look at this face. What the heck? So, to be honest, it was all a bit of a blur. A wave of echoes just parting around me. Something like that. They said the rest of her body must have sunk to the bottom of the river. They combed the riverbed, but they only ever found pieces. Everything else must have rotted. Afterwards, I heard that all the divers who had been looking for her... Oh. He has chins on his chins. Yeah. Sorry story for everyone involved, huh? It's funny. Everyone figures the river's filthy already. So, one more piece of garbage wouldn't hurt. But every little bit makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle. I know I wouldn't want to go rooting around down there myself. That's right. Which is why the riverbed is the last place anybody would go looking. Or so was the killer's thinking, I suppose. The times were changing quickly back then. Things were confusing. Everyone seemed to be in a hurry. People were moving to Tokyo in droves. Some even ran away from home to make it in the big city. They made easy targets for bad people. He looks like an overly realistic monk. He looks like a cooler Michael Jackson, if that's possible. Looks like cowboy Michael Jackson. A lot of them ended up disappearing without a trace. See, back then, if you chopped up a body into tiny pieces and threw it in the river, it would rot quickly and sink to the bottom, never to be seen again. Are you saying what I think you're saying? Did she kill her classmate? Was she the killer of the Nejima murders? Was she the one who did it? Is she confessing right now? Is she crazy? Where is it? Where's the Nejima murders? I'm so disorganized, man. Where the hell would they put it? Nejima murders. No? I thought they had a file for it. Nejima murders. 2 decades ago. Discovered unidentified human bones. Yada yada yada. However, we're not advanced enough to determine the identities of the deceased. Due to overwhelming lack of circumstantial evidence, the investigation ground to a halt. During the questioning about a separate incident, Fumichika Nejima, a 36-year-old shop owner with no relation to the victim, divulged details about her that have never been released to the general public. An investigation into his background was conducted, leading to his arrest. Nejima testified that he snatched of his victim. He confessed. Served as his living quarters. He chose her for no special reason, but simply decided she was an opportune target on seeing her walking alone at night. After keeping her locked up for several days, he was, oh my god. Continuing blood loss. Nejima dismembered the rest of the body. Once apprehended, Nejima readily divulged the details of the murder, but less leading to explain his motive. He was a fall guy. I don't know what came over me. I know it was wrong. In the end, the police could extract nothing more from him than expressions of remorse. Sentenced to life is life in prison. The guy looks like he could be Grimace before his life-changing accident. Oh my god. Oh, so she did it? Are you saying what I think you're saying? They arrested him shortly after. Fumichika Nejima, the man who killed my classmate and cut her into pieces. Wait, no, it wasn't a confession? He was so methodical about it, it couldn't have been his first crime. People began to wonder how many other girls he'd murdered the same way. The police never found any evidence of other murderers in the end. The river knows the truth. How many corpses has it swallowed up over the years, I wonder? The same thought spread through everyone's mind, and they started to avoid this area. Maybe I read it wrong. Thought she was confessing or something, I don't know. Sounds really sus. So really, this river has been rank with corruption for decades now. Or at least, that's how it seems to me. Well, is that interesting? Well, I can see why you don't have any good memories of this river. With all that darkness lurking beneath the surface, there's no reason that you would. Still, if I may, ma'am, I'm surprised you know so much about the Nejima murders. How could I not? After all, I was the one who found the hand. Oh, she found the hand. Oh, she was the one who found the hand. Holy heck. The police actually wrote me a thank you letter. They said it was only thanks to me that they managed to bring Nejima to justice. That was the only time my father ever said he was proud of— Oh, that's sad. What the heck? That's so sad. The only time my father ever said he was proud of me. Dang. You found a hand in the river. Huh. I guess it wasn't the killer's day. Sometimes I wonder if he resents me for it. Let's get out of here, huh? There's still more Sumida River stuff? Sumida River. Okay. The one behind them? Surroundings behind them? I don't see anything. I don't see anything. It's all checked. It's all checked to me. I guess she was a helping hand. Zed with the dad jokes, man. Let's get out of here, huh? Is something wrong? Not really. It just struck me. It's been 20 years since the Nejima murders. So it has. Not to spook you or anything, but I thought you might be interested in knowing. Life in prison doesn't always mean life. There's precedent for first-time offenders being allowed to be out on parole after 20 years. Only if they're found to show remorse and the desire to reform themselves, of course. That's right, I'm impressed you know so much. Still, it's hard for someone with a criminal record to reintegrate into society. I hear they've been trying to fix that recently, matching inmates with jobs and accommodation. Oh, really? They keep an eye on them, of course, and make them report in for regular checkups. But to avoid discrimination, they keep the inmates' records a secret from everyone but their employers. They even give particularly notorious criminals new identities so they won't be recognized in the workplace. Oh, that guy's still alive? Nejima's still alive, huh? This man? Maybe he became someone else, huh? Maybe he became someone different, huh? I think I lost my touch with my humor. Oh, Seed. My, the way you put it. It's like you're saying Fumichika Nejima could be out on parole, right? Back in society under a new name with nobody any the wiser. It's possible. As it happens, a little birdie told me about a big name making parole a few months back. I don't know if it was Nejima, but our discussion just now did bring it to mind. I see. How it's settled. Now that you mention it, I just remembered something too. What was it? I was passing Komagata High School a little while ago when I saw someone. A janitor, I think. And I think I could have sworn he reminded me of Fumichika Nejima. Janitor? Oh? It's a new guy? He looked a little different after 20 years. Much thinner than I remember too. I told myself I was just seeing things. But perhaps it was him after all. So, what next? The big question now is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Sumida River is a good distance from any of the 7 mysteries. It's unlikely the other curse bearers will come all the way here. I could finally have a moment to think. I see. Alright. Excuse me? Who is that? Who is here? Oh, you creepy lady. It's the creepy lady. Where did she come from? It's like she appeared out of nowhere. Oh gosh. Harue was Nejima? Imagine. I didn't mean to startle you. I'm terribly sorry if I've gotten the wrong people, but would you happen to be curse bearers? Oh my gosh. She's a curse bearer! We gotta beat her. Curse bearers? What's that then? I mean, someone who's gathering souls for the RITE of Resurrection. You have heard of the RITE of Resurrection, haven't you? Everyone's talking about it. Color me intrigued. Care to tell me more, miss? What's your name again? Oh, silly me. I'm Ayame Tono. Ayame Tono, university student. She likes triangles. Gosh, she's gonna kill us. Help me. Does she have a lighter with her? Does she have any flammable thing? My power is useless. Okay, let's talk to her. I hope she smokes. Let's look at her. She says her name is Ayame. I guess she's around 20. She must be brave walking around alone this late. Or maybe there's more to it. Is her boyfriend here? Behind us? No. No. Nowhere. Let's talk. Let's talk. There's more to the rite of resurrection than meets the eye, you see. The best way to collect soul drags is to kill other curse bearers. And that's about the size of it. I hope it wasn't too much to follow. No, I think we got the gist. Funny old world we live in, huh? So, you're saying you're one of these curse bears? No, well, not quite. It's complicated. I'm not, but Yutaro is. Yutaro? Is that your boyfriend? Oh heavens no, just a friend. His full name is Yutaro Namigaki, or I suppose you could say partners in crime. Funny way of putting it. He's the frickin' foot guy. He's the foot guy. He's the foot guy. Okay, it's still off. The voices of my feet guy. I hope he's not here. If villain, why not? Don't burn her. She your wife, Uzid? She pretty? No, I'm prettier. I'm the prettier woman than her. She's not a mommy. So why did Richter change his hairstyle? Usually his hair was on the other side. Oh, is it? No, it's always been this side, dude. 3 hours of Rocky stream, kind of shocking. This game takes a lot more time to play because it's a lot of reading. About Yutaro Namigaki. So where is this Yutaro now? Well, about that. He's not actually a curse bearer anymore. He's more like a former curse bearer. Former? How so? I don't really know the details myself, but apparently he lost his curse stone. Typical, right? He makes such a show of being a top student, only to flunk when it counts. So now I'm out here looking for curse bearers myself. If you want something done right. Oh, I think she was manipulating Yutaro the whole time. The foot guy. And I think at this point, the policeman already confiscated his stone. Drink the water, thank you. Alright, good night, Akari. For 1 hour, but yeah, the story's really good. This is the last chapter though. After this we'll go. We'll stop. Okay. About why you approached us. So anyway, mind if I ask you why I thought I would mind if I thought why you thought I was a curse bear? Oh, that. I'm terribly sorry. I was so rude. I saw the two of you out late at night, and I thought I made this, and I suppose I made assumptions. Gotcha. Sorry if we gave you the wrong idea. Out of interest, what was your plan if we did turn out to be curse bears? Great question, and the answer is, I was going to ask you very nicely for your curse stones. And you thought we'd just give them to you just like that? Well, maybe not. But you know what they say, you never know until you ask. You must really love your boyfriend if you're willing to try something that risky. Oh goodness no, we're just friends. My life doesn't revolve around him, you know? She's very sus. I bet she has one. I bet she has a curse stone. What do you think, partner? I should ask her what her deal is, and ask her some more. But her act is making me falter. She's the real waifu? How is she the real waifu? She has the caper hat. She's alternate reality caper with the triangles. She's wearing the triangle sweater. Rite of Resurrection. So what are you trying to do with this RITE of resurrection? Well, Yutaro has his own plan laid out. I don't know if I can get behind it though. It seems, how do I put it, self-centered? I mean, if you got a chance to resurrect the dead, it would be a waste not to use it on someone that really matters, right? I was planning to steal his curse stone at the last second and use it myself. Till he lost it anyways. But don't tell Yutaro I was going to do that, okay? I don't think he'd be happy to hear it. Of course. Keeping secrets is my business. My, aren't you dashing? She's so sus. He lost it? He lost it? How did he do that? I wasn't with him at the time, so I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is he came back saying he didn't have it anymore. Although, well, it's strange that you'd probe into that of all things. I'm just a curious soul, that's all. Sorry if it's a touchy subject. Do you feel weakened every time you open your front cam for your room? You can have my curse stone. Oh, I don't mind. I don't particularly care about keeping it a secret. Anyway, you aren't curse bearers, so I'm just bothering you, aren't I? Please ignore me. Ignore you? You'll kill me. Not the RITE of resurrection. Sounds like you really have your heart set on this RITE. What were you hoping to use it on? You promise you won't laugh? Cross my heart. Well then, let me tell you about my master plan. Prepare to be amazed. I'm an art student, you see. Woodblock prints are my specialty. Ukiyo-e in particular. Ukiyo-e, huh? You must be some cultured lady. Really? You think so? Everybody says it's a strange interest for a girl to have. You know, people often think ukiyo-e as some inaccessible high-class art form, but that's actually totally untrue. Back in the Edo period, it was the art for the masses, amusement for common people. So when you think about it, we feel exactly the same thrills from every brushstroke as they did back then. Isn't that fascinating? Do ukiyo-e is woodblock prints, you wouldn't have brushstrokes. It's a woodblock print. You put it on wood and you stamp it. There's no brushstrokes in it. You carve it out of wood. Huh. Yeah, I guess. As far as I'm concerned, the undisputed king of ukiyo-e is the one and only Hokusai. Oh, she's crazy. She wants to revive Hokusai. The artist, the freaking woodblock print artist, the one that did the wave. Have you heard? She's psycho, Zed. Have you heard of him? Sure have. He's famous. Didn't he live somewhere around here back in the Edo period? That's right. You're just as knowledgeable as you look. Oh my god. The 6 views of Mount Fuji are so iconic. They're the only works of his most people know. Of his most. They're the only works of his most people know. Hokusai was so much more than that, than just mountains and waves. That's only a teeny tiny tip of a veritable iceberg of work. I gotta admit, I only really known him from those landscapes myself. But don't worry about it, anyone can learn. When Hokusai died at the age of 90, he left behind over 30,000 drawings. That's multiple drawings a day for 80 years. Amazing, right? So he kept on drawing right up to his old age, huh? Impressive. But even in his final years, he was never satisfied with his own work. His dying words were, "Should heaven afford me but 5 more years, I shall finally become a true artist." And there's an art student. Even on his deathbed, he still thought he had more to learn. Oh dang, she's so crazy. Let's kill her. She's willing to kill other people to bring back Hokusai. To bring back Hokusai. He was already the greatest painter and artist of his era. Who knows what he could have done with more time? Well, that's what I want to find out. Hold on, are you saying? Besides, he always said he wanted to move out of 100 houses, but he only made it to 93. Isn't that just tragic? Oh no, nuh-uh. No way, this is going where I think it's going. Imagine the masterpieces he could create with modern techniques. I feel all dizzy just thinking about it. Dude, people will just steal his work for AI, man. Let's admit it. She sounds like my kind of crazy. She's so crazy. Everyone in this game is crazy. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. So if I understand correctly, you want to use the RITE Resurrection to... That's right, I want to bring Hokusai back to life. Well, that's certainly a novel idea. See, she wants to bring her son back to life, and she just wants to bring Hokusai back to life. But it's not as bad as Yoko. Yoko wants to bring her puppy back to life. That's what she'd use it on. What a waste. What a waste. I know Hokusai. I studied Hokusai. Oh gosh, is that the time? I should be going. I need to get my hands on a curse bearer before daybreak. Sorry for flagging you down out of the blue like that. Best of luck! Huh. And apparently bringing back a random artist just for curiosity. It's not a selfish reason. Persons of interest. Crazy girl. Crazy girl. Crazy girl. I wouldn't bring back Hokusai to life. I would bring back Leonardo da Vinci. Oh, I would bring back Miura, the author of Berserk. Make more Berserk. Well, there goes trouble. If we're going after curse stones, we should keep an eye on her. 2 if we can. Why do you say that? Before she left, she wished us best of luck. Oh, she said best of luck. She's got at least an inkling of that we're curse bearers. My. There's a good chance we'll clash sooner or later. We're after the same thing after all. You head on back to the mansion, ma'am. I think I'll tail her for a while. He'll die. He's gonna die. Okay, and that's it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's stream. Thank you for watching. It was such a fun game. Holy heck, it's starting to, like, the twists and turns and things starting to connect. It's crazy. Yes, it's such a good story. I'm kind of sad I'm spoiling it for you with this playthrough. But thank you guys so much for watching and sticking with me and watching the route. Let's see who we can raid tonight, huh? Let's see who we can raid tonight. Let's raid. Oh, Krea's on. Let's raid Krea. Okay. Alright. Krea raids. Thank you so much. Thank you, Draco. Thank you, Freya. Thank you, Zed. Thank you guys, everyone else, for watching. Thank you, Akari, if you're still there. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Caper, for watching. It's so Private. Okay. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Good night. Bye. Bye bye. See you next time.